Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to those of you who are catching me on the replay. My name's CJ Curry. It's the CJ Curry Show. It's still presented by PrizePicks, and PrizePicks is still making your first deposit on their app completely risk-free. All you got to do is make a deposit of up to $100. They're going to match it dollar for dollar, 100% instant deposit match. So your first entry is basically on PrizePicks. It's on the house. What could be better than a free bet? Guys, if you're not using PrizePicks yet, maybe this is your first time ever hearing about PrizePicks, drop down to the description of today's video. Click that special link I've left for you down below and use code Curry when you make that first deposit so that you can get yourself a risk-free entry on PrizePicks. Appreciate everybody joining me on this Friday. It is Flex Friday, so we got to definitely try to cook up a winning entry, whether that be a 5-pick flex, whether that be a 6-pick flex. We're looking to turn our protected Flex Friday play hopefully into a profitable green day, because it is Friday, right? And after all, we could turn this into a second payday for some of us, right? If we go 6 for 6 and 25 times our money, I mean, you're talking about 625 smackaroos on PrizePicks. I mean, we could definitely turn it into a bonus paycheck if we play our cards right. Literally, if we play our cards right. Listen, I want to run through and say what's up to everybody. Got Roy in the building. He says, let's go Friday, Chef Curry. Yes, sir. Thank you, Roy, for being here. Thank you for being a part of the Dub Club community as well. The Eyes on the Prize Discord, links to the Discord, links to the Dub Club down in the description below. And I'll even do you a favor and we'll leave you a link down in the chat for those of you who are watching live. Make it easy for you to join Dub Club, join the Discord, all right? There's a link for you. Appreciate everybody who subscribed, everybody who's liked, and everybody who continues to support the shows each and every day. We're up to 10,930 subscribers. That's right, 10,930 subscribers. I think it's over here, right? Over here, you see that? See that right here? Right there, right about there? Yeah, right there. Let me boost it. Let me hold it for you guys. Right there. I'm holding it up. Yeah, let's try to get those subscribers up. We're at 10,930. I'm trying to get to 11,000 ASAP, pronto, before the end of November. Let's see if we can get to 11,000 subscribers. We're almost there. We're on the way there. 70 more, and we're in there like swimwear. Who else we got? T-Bone's in the building. Shout out to T-Bone. Call me Oso. Yo, shout out to you. When you joined in the Dub Club, Oso, I see you. I see you. You've been in the Discord, but you know, you're missing out on all the fun of the private channels in the Discord when you join Dub Club. So I'm just wondering, when are you going to get into the Dub Club, brother? Don't sit on the sidelines anymore. Get off the bench. Get into the game. That's all I'm saying. Jamil's in the building. Chris Raptor's in the building. We got Delvin. Mr. Shindog himself, who's here. Juju, Everyday Fantasy, a.k.a. my guy, Don P. He says, what to do, good peoples? Dub Club, stand up. Stand up! If you're in the Dub Club, drop a DC in the chat. If you're in the Dub Club, drop a DC in the live chat. Let me know who's representing for the Dub Club in here. Who we got representing Dub Club in the building right now? Emmanuel, CJ, my guy, Emmanuel, shout out to you. What's happening? Bradley's here. Who else? We got Chris Monin. You flex. I got to flex back, brother. That's the rules. Anthony Ruiz, let's go. Flex Friday again. First? No, you ain't first, Tony. Come on. Come on. Stop it. You ain't first. You're like 50th. Sean says, I have joined Dub Club. Well, Sean, welcome to the community. It's a pleasure to have you. We're thankful, we're grateful that you decided to join us. Thank you, Sean, for being a part of the Dub Club community. Thank you for helping support the content that I do for free here too. That's another like perk or side benefit of joining Dub Club. You're helping to support free content. You're helping to keep me going, man. And so I can keep getting on here and doing these live shows for you folks. So thank you for joining Dub Club, Sean. Mikey's in the building. Signed up for 3-day trial and cashed out last night. Covers my subscription for Dub Club. Mikey, it's just as I told you in the DMs on Discord, my friend. One $10 2-pick power play is all you have to win to pay for Dub Club. It pays for itself. I mean, essentially it's a free membership. At least that's how it should work. It's $20, technically speaking. Yeah, it's $20, but you win one $10 2-pick power play over the course of an entire month. You've got 30 full days to win one $10 2-pick power play, and then the Dub Club pays for itself. I mean, 67 cents per day. I can't make it any cheaper. I can't. I just can't. Matt's in the building. One of our Dub Club members. Huncho's in the building. We got Bradley representing Dub Club. Tony Ruiz representing Dub Club. JP, Kennedy, Chris, Patrick, Delvin, Dave, Ray, Everyday Fantasy, Jermaine. Lots of Dub Club members up in here. Kennedy says, I'm already up $175 because of Dub Club. Contavious says, Dub Club, what's up? Let's get this shmoney. All right. Alex is here, a.k.a. AJ Styles, the phenomenal AJ Styles. We got Tyrone in the building, another one of our Dub Club members. All right, 99 people watching. Let's get a move on here, people. We got a nice little crowd, a nice little audience now that has decided to join us. So let's get to talking. Let's get to talking. We're gonna play some Pirtle real quick. We're gonna figure out who today's mystery player of the day is. Pirtle is a NBA player guessing game. We got 8 guesses. It's gonna give us some clues along the way. I'm gonna make the first guess. Our thumbnail player, who is none other than the beard himself, Mr. James Harden of the Los Angeles Clippers. The Clippers just announced recently, Russell Westbrook said, hey, listen, somebody's got to be the adult in the room. Somebody's going to have to step up and come off the bench because this big four ain't working in Los Angeles right now. It just ain't working. We're 0-6 or something like that since James Harden has come aboard. 0-5. I don't know what their record is. They ain't won a game since James Harden has joined the team. So Russell Westbrook said, I'm going to be the adult here. I'm going to go ahead and make the decision that nobody else wants to make because Kawhi damn sure ain't volunteering to come off the bench. James Harden's damn sure not volunteering to come off the bench, and neither is Paul George. So Russell Westbrook said, it'll be me. I'll come off the bench for the Clippers. I'll be the 6th man. I'll be the adult here, and I'll be the one coming off of the bench, giving the second team a spark off the bench. So sounds like Terrence Mann's going to jump into the starting lineup, and Russell Westbrook's going to come off the bench now. So we'll see if that changes the dynamic for the Los Angeles Clippers. Terrence Mann, more of a role player. I don't know if it's going to make a big impact, but we'll see. Anyway, first guess is going to be James Harden. Here's what I can tell you is that this player is not James Harden. This mystery player does play in the Western Conference, though, but not in the Pacific Division. This player is, in fact, a guard who stands 6 feet 5 inches tall. So we got some green on here, which is good. We got a match for the conference being Western. We got a match for the position being guard, and we got a match for the height being 6'5", okay? But James Harden's too old, 34 years old. This player's younger than 34. So we're looking for somebody who's 32 or younger, let's just say. And James Harden's jersey number is listed as number 1 right here. We're looking for somebody who's got a higher jersey number than number 1. Who do we think this is, folks? De'Aaron Fox, but I don't think De'Aaron Fox qualifies. I don't think De'Aaron Fox would fit the bill here. Just saying. Devin Booker, Desmond Bane being guessed. Let's go with Desmond Bane. Let's try Desmond Bane. It's a solid, it's a solid attempt. Actually, it's a very, very solid guess. It's not the accurate guess. It's not the correct player that we're looking for, but it is a very solid guess because, listen, this player does play for the Memphis Grizzlies, although it's not Desmond Bane. Western Conference, Southwest Division, plays guard, is 6'5". This player's 26, maybe 27 years old. The mystery player we're looking for. Jersey number is going to have to be one that's higher than 22. We're super close here. We're super close here. You guys think it's Marcus Smart? Isn't Marcus Smart wearing a jersey number below 22, or am I wrong? Not going to be Kyrie Oso because Kyrie's not a Memphis Grizzly. Not going to be Kyrie. Isn't Marcus Smart wearing a jersey number, though, that's below 22? I don't know what his jersey number is these days. Let me know, though. Marcus Smart's about 30 years old. Yeah, he might be a little too old, too. Good point, good point. But we're looking for a Memphis Grizzlies player. Not going to be D. Rose. I don't think it's going to be Marcus Smart either. All right, here we go. I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you the silhouette of this player. Now, to me, this player looks like he's either a Caucasian guy or possibly a European fella. He doesn't look like a brother to me. I'm just guessing, just based on the silhouette. Who is this white bread that we got on the screen? Luke Kennard? Ooh, I don't think that's Luke Kennard, but I don't mind Luke Kennard as a guess. I don't mind that Luke Kennard guess. Luke? A lot of Luke. Really? Luke Kennard, you think? You think? Let's go for it. I mean, shit, why not? Not Luke Kennard. But Luke Kennard does get us a step closer because Luke Kennard is 27 years old, which is the same exact age as this mystery player. So this mystery player and Luke Kennard have a lot in common, but it ain't Luke Kennard. We're close, though. We're right on the cusp. This is a tough one. Contavious couldn't agree more. It is a tough one. What do we got? Brothers got that hairstyle, too. Let me look at that again. Who's walking, other than Young Jock, who's got this haircut? Other than Young Jock, what brothers out there are rocking this haircut? I mean, seriously. I think we know the answer. I think it is this guy, John Conchar, whatever. Let's go with it. Boom. There we go. There we go. We got it. It is John Conchar. Took us 4 guesses, but we got there, folks. We got there. Like I said, this guy plays for the Memphis Grizzlies, Western Conference, Southwest Division. He's a guard. He's 6'5". He's 27, and he wears jersey number 46. So congratulations if you guessed John Conchar, whoever, man, whatever. However you say his name. That's the fella. That's the mystery player. Congratulations to everybody who guessed that. All right, let's flip over here. Let's look at some NBA news. Now that our brain berries are all warmed up, thanks to Pirtle, we got to look at some news real quick. It is November the 17th, and there is going to be injury news that we need to pay attention to, starting with the very guy pictured here at the top of the screen. It was Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's listed as questionable. So huge news there. Greek Freak, not sure if he's going to be playing tonight. He did not play in the last game due to injury management, and therefore Damian Lillard went ahead, took liberties, and popped off. Lillard had like a 30-plus point game in Giannis's absence. We'll have to wait and see if Giannis is playing tonight. Joel Embiid, another superstar. Questionable, dealing with a hip issue. So we're going to see if the process will be taking the court tonight for the Philadelphia 76ers. LeBron James also on the injury report. So questionable, dealing with a calf issue. Anthony Davis, adductor and hip issues, is probable to play. Devin Booker is probable to play. Bradley Beal dealing with a back Still can't really get Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant on a consistent schedule with the three of those guys are on the floor together. I think they've only played, what, one game together? Or did they? No, Bradley Beal didn't end up suiting up for that game, did he? He was a late scratch, I believe. I think he was a late scratch, so I don't think we've seen the big three just yet for Phoenix, have we? Or am I wrong? Anyway, Bradley Beal doubtful tonight. Jaylen Brown, illness, questionable. Kristaps Porzingis, knee, questionable. Donovan Mitchell, hamstring, questionable. Darius Garland, neck, questionable. DeMar DeRozan, personal reasons, he's questionable. RJ Barrett, dealing with migraine headaches, he's questionable as well. OG Anunoby, doubtful. I guess he's got a broken finger. Gordon Hayward, hamstring, questionable. Brandon Miller, questionable, dealing with an ankle. So you got a couple of key Charlotte Hornets players that are questionable. Also some side note Charlotte Hornets news. It sounds like Miles Bridges. Yeah, you guys remember Miles Bridges? Pretty good young player once upon a time. He's missed some time due to some off-the-court issues. Sounds like Miles Bridges is going to play tonight for Charlotte. So if Gordon Hayward and Brandon Miller are out, expect Miles Bridges to enter the rotation and soak up some of those minutes and playing time for the Charlotte Hornets. Miles Bridges, though, guy we haven't seen in a while. He's going to be back on the basketball court. Keldon Johnson for the San Antonio Spurs also listed as probable. He's going to play tonight, sounds like. So lots of big, impactful injury news pieces here, guys. It's going to be a tricky one. Tricky for us to navigate it at this time of day at 12:34 p.m. I don't know if we're going to be able to put together a six pick just yet. With all this injury news, it's just going to be tough for us to kind of tiptoe around all these superstars and the news that is sure to follow them. But we'll do our best. We'll do the best that we can. All right, so let's pull up the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer here real quick. We'll get the optimizer optimizing. We'll get the projections projecting, and we'll do our best to put together our six-pick protected play over on PrizePicks. Guys, if you're not playing on PrizePicks, once again, Code Curry is going to get you that instant deposit match, and it's a great day to get signed up on PrizePicks because it is Flex Friday, so you can choose any player on the board, not just the players in action today. This is a change that they made recently. They're allowing you now to select players that play on Saturday, or maybe you want to go NFL route and you want to choose some players that are playing on Sunday. You can do that now with Flex Friday. The only caveat, the only thing that they've changed or nerfed is they only allow you to put $20 on it. Whereas before you were protected for $20 in net losses, now they put a cap at $20 max. That's the most you can put on one of these Flex Friday protected plays, unfortunately. So that's the only downside. But plenty of upside here. You're able to select any player you want. Doesn't have to be players playing today. Maybe you think today's NBA slate's just a little too tricky with all this pending injury news and you don't want to dabble. Maybe you're more of a college football enthusiast and you're waiting for tomorrow, Saturday college football. Maybe that's your move. Maybe there's better basketball games coming on tomorrow that you'd rather save your Flex Friday picks for. Whatever's on the board right now, you can pick and add them into your Flex Friday. So kind of cool. So what you have to do is you have to go to the promos tab and you have to opt in. So let's do that. Let's go to promotions. Boom. You're going to see a number of different promotions in this tab. I would tell you to be careful tailing these different, we'll call them influencers. We'll call them influencers or PrizePicks partners or whatever you want to call them. Be careful tailing these guys. A lot of these guys, they get, 3 out of 6 picks right. They get 4 out of 6 picks right. None of those pay you very much money or any money at all. You don't win when you get 3 out of 6. You don't win when you get 4 out of 6. Just be careful blindly taking any of these guys' picks. I'm just warning you. They're not betting experts. They don't have the sharpest tools in the shed. They don't have anything. They're going off of gut and intuition for the most part. Anyway, let's opt in. We have now opted into the Flex Friday promotion. And so if we do find 6 picks that we're really liking, feeling confident in, we could go ahead and make ourselves a risk-free 6-pick flex play. Put $20 on it for a chance to win 500 smackaroos on PrizePicks. So that's what we have to look forward to. All right, over to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer we go. Guys, 49 likes already, 132 of you watching. Salute to everybody who's hitting the like button. We're going for 100 or more likes. Each one of you has a personal like goal of 0.5 likes. I believe in you. I'm taking the over. I think that you can go for more than 0.5 likes on today's show. Each and every one of you watching right now, all 137 of you, has a line of 0.5 likes. I'm taking the over. I believe in you. Please don't chalk. Don't chalk. Don't chalk the bet. I'm betting you guys are going to hit the like button at least once. I know, it's a pretty safe bet. It's almost a free square. I feel like it's a free square. So, all right, James Harden's at the top of the optimizer right now. He's also our thumbnail player today. As I mentioned before, Russell Westbrook's heading to the bench. He said, I'm volunteering as tribute. Shout out to the Hunger Games. I volunteer as tribute. James Harden says, cool. Westbrook's on the bench. Maybe now James Harden can cook. He's also going up against his former team, the Houston Rockets, tonight. So you got a little bit of, I don't know, revenge narrative. If you guys, like a good story, James Harden versus the Houston Rockets. So there you go. Maybe we go James Harden over 12.5 rebounds and assists, about a 54% chance that the Beard is going to collect 13 rebounds and assists tonight. So now that we know that it is a plus EV play with about a 54% chance of hitting or converting for us, let's go see if we got some projections for James Harden to go over tonight. First projection's not looking so healthy, guys. To be honest with you. Let me keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. Projected for 10 rebounds and assists. His line is 12.5. Actually, my bad. This is an underplay, not an overplay. This is an underplay, not an overplay. So James Harden under 12.5 rebounds and assists. My fault. I messed that up, but we got it fixed. James Harden under 12.5 rebounds and assists. So this first projection is good. 10. 10 is less than 12.5. And it's a whole lot less than 13, because if he has 13 rebounds and assists, we're cooked, right? We're chalked. But this is a good first projection. So projected for 10. If he gets 13, we're screwed, but we're looking to take the under on James Harden. All right, second projection for James Harden. 13.34. A little bit higher. A little bit higher than 12.5 at 13.3. All right, we move. We move to Line Star. Line Star's got James Harden at a lot of reds today. You're seeing nothing but red for the most part on James Harden's various player prop projections. The rebounds and assists are at 12.5 on PrizePicks, but he's projected for just 10 rebounds and assists. So that's another under. So we got two projected unders, just one projected over. Let's go over to Number Fire now and take a look at James Harden there. Harden, again, will be in the starting lineup without Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's coming off the bench. It remains to be seen how that's going to play out, how that's going to impact James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and the rest of the starting lineup. But here's what I got for Harden on Number Fire. 13.1 rebounds and assists, which puts him over 12.5. So we got two projected overs, two projected unders. For me, that's a no-fly zone. I'm not going to take this pick. I'll leave that one right where it's at on the top of the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. If you just want to blindly ride with the Optimizer and take the under at 12.5 rebounds and assists on James Harden, be my guest. I will not do that. I will leave this one alone and look for something better. I'm going to look for something better. Easy peasy. Now, there's a number of different optimizer plays that you're going to see up here at the top. You take these at your own free will, okay? You got Mitchell Robinson for under 0.5 turnovers. You've got Michael Porter Jr. for over 0.5 blocks. And you've got Isaiah Stewart for over 1.5 turnovers. I don't play these prop categories. I stay away from these player prop markets, personally speaking. That's just my choice. I think they're very unpredictable. They are volatile, and therefore I don't want anything to do with blocks, steals, turnovers, any of that weird stuff. It's weird to me. It's, I highly unpredictable. All right, so I'm going to leave that one alone. How about Daniel Gafford, 7.5 rebounds and assists? This one's looking like an underplay. Gafford of the Washington Wizards has about a 53.6% chance of staying under 7.5 rebounds and assists tonight. So let's run some projections on Daniel Gafford here as we look to build our Flex Friday protected entry. First projection for Gafford's not what you want to see. He's projected for 8.4 rebounds and assists, putting him over the 7.5 number. So Gafford's had some pretty good games. He's going to be matched up with Sabonis tonight on the other side for the, I'm sorry, not Sabonis, with Mitchell Robinson. This is the Knicks, not the Kings. I need to learn to read. He's going to be matched up with Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, Isaiah Hartenstein for the New York Knicks, right? So the Knicks are going to have a number of different big bodies that are they're going to be contending with Daniel Gafford. I mean, we know what Mitchell Robinson's capable of as far as collecting rebounds. Mitchell Robinson's one of the best rebounding bigs in the league. So maybe taking the under on some Daniel Gafford rebound prop lines isn't the worst idea in the world. But nonetheless, this projection has him going over his rebounds and assists at 8.4. So let's go check out some other ones real quick. Gafford's rebounds and assists on RotoWire all the way up at 9.95. Woo. So we got 2 projected overs. So the optimizer says, hey, take the under. We're looking at the sports books. We're seeing the way that the juice is flowing in here on this Daniel Gafford prop line. Take the under. But then we get these projection models. These projection models are saying, wait a second. We got Daniel Gafford projected for at least 8 or more rebounds and assists. Here's another projected over for Gafford, 8.7 rebounds and assists. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait and see if Daniel Gafford gets bumped down. If he gets bumped down to 7 rebounds and assists, then maybe we take that opportunity to go over on Daniel Gafford at 7 rebounds and assists. But until he gets bumped down to 7, I'm just not going to touch this one. We've got projections that are saying Gafford's going over tonight. And then we've got juice on these sports books that's saying Gafford's going under tonight. So I don't know what to do. It's confusing. And when it's confusing, I just walk away and we keep looking. We keep looking. Here's another guy, a Los Angeles Clippers player, rebounds and assists category, who is apparently going to go under his rebounds and assists tonight, according to the optimizer. According to the optimizer here, PG-13 is going to stay under 10 rebounds and assists. So not only is Paul George supposed to be going under his rebounds and assists, but also James Harden. Those are 2 different Clippers players, same prop category. Both are being bet under on their rebound and assist line. So PG's got about a 53.4% chance of staying under 10 rebounds and assists tonight. Let's go see if we got some projections with Paul George projected to go under this rebound and assist number. Paul George sitting out there at just 8.6 rebounds and assists. That's what you want to see, right? The line's 9.5, the projection's 8.6. Sweet. I like that. That's a good first projection. Second projection for PG, 10.6. Now we got 1 under, 1 over projection. We got a tie. Let's break the tie. Let's go to Line Star, see what Line Star has Paul George projected for. Paul George at 9.3 rebounds and assists. It's close, but slightly less than 9.5, closer to 9 total rebounds and assists than 10 total rebounds and assists, right? And just to be thorough, let's also check out some Number Fire projections. Number Fire's got PG at 6.2 rebounds, plus another 4.5 assists, putting him at a grand total of 10.7 rebounds and assists. So what are you guys going to do with Paul George? It looks like the projection models are all over the place. We got 2 overs, 2 unders on PG, just like we did with James Harden. James Harden was the same way. 2 models like Harden over, 2 models like Harden under. Same thing here with Paul George. 2 overs, 2 unders on the projections. Now the optimizer says take the under. So we're kind of at a crossroads, right? What do we want to do? I don't know. I think for me, I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone once again. Here's one that's new that we have not looked at yet. Trae Young. Yeah, fade the Clippers. I think it could be a good day to fade the Clippers. When you take a big piece like Russell Westbrook out of the starting lineup, you insert Terrence Mann, and then Russell Westbrook's coming off of the bench now, apparently. How is that going to work out? How's that going to play out for these Clippers? No one knows. No one has a hunch. This is uncharted territory that we're getting into. We're sight unseen with this dynamic, this new Clippers rotation. So I'm going to stay away from it. I think you're right, Chris. I think that's the move. Just stay away. Stay away. Trae Young of the Atlanta Hawks, 25.5 points. We got a 53.6% chance that Ice Trae Young is not going over 25 points tonight. A 53.6% chance. Now, why does it say that we should take the under? Well, quite simply, if you look at a sports book like Pinnacle, Pinnacle's got Trae Young down at 24.5 points already. So does BetMGM. BetMGM's got Trae Young under 25.5 points. He's at 24.5. Caesars has him at 24.5. So what you're seeing here is a discrepancy in these different sports books where you could take this player prop. PrizePicks has him at a 25.5. Everybody else, for the most part, has him at 24.4. So you're getting a discount here, a whole point. So you could be taking the under here and locking in some value, because I can guarantee you that before long, PrizePicks is either going to have Trae Young at 25 points or at 24.5 points, and they're going to get in line with the rest of these sports books. I promise you they will. The market's already moving off of 25.5 on Trae Young. They're coming down to 24.5. So it's only a matter of time before PrizePicks says, you know what? We're seeing all these different sports books, all these different sites offering Trae Young at 24.5. We're too high at 25.5. Let's get in line. Let's join the rest of the bunch. All right. So when this gets bumped down to 25, or when this gets bumped down to 24.5, just saying, I told you so. I told you so. So if you like him to go under 25.5 points, I'd suggest you take it before it gets bumped down. You got to capture the value before the value slips away, and that's just the name of the game, folks. As far as a projection, Trae Young going up against Philadelphia 76ers tonight. We got Trae Young at 25 projected points, which is less than 25.5. So if you're getting him at 25.5 somewhere, you're getting value here. 25.5 under is the move. That's the move. 23.7 on RotoWire on a line of 25.5. So two different projection sites, reputable projections. They have him going under 24.9 points. This is Line Star. That's three projections now. Let's try to go for the sweep. Let's see if Number Fire also has Trae Young scoring 25 or less points tonight. Let's go for the sweep. Ooh, well, hey. This makes things a little bit more interesting, but 25.6 projected points on a line of 25.5. So if you're getting them under 25.5 points, I'd say get it. Get it while the getting's good, because I think it's going to get bumped soon. But right now, that would be the play. Young under 25.5. It'll be at 24.5, but by the time we end this, I promise. I'm pretty sure it will be. I'm confident. Now, some of you guys are mentioning Trae Young for other player prop categories. Here's one that just rose to the top of the optimizer. Trae Young's at 10 assists now on PrizePicks. He's being offered at 9.5 assists on some sites, but 10.5 assists on others. So you look at a FanDuel. FanDuel's got him at 10.5. You're seeing minus 200 to go under 10.5 points or 10.5 assists. You're seeing minus 215 to go under 10.5 assists on DraftKings. You're seeing minus 200 to go under 10.5 on ESPN Bet. All right. So PrizePicks, they've split the difference, because you're also seeing them at 9.5 on Pinnacle, 9.5 on Caesars. So between 9.5 and 10.5 is 10. So PrizePicks has split the difference. They're offering him at 10. They think, according to the markets for Trae Young, according to these different books, that Trae Young's got a good chance of landing on exactly 10 assists, which is a tie, which is a push, which on PrizePicks reverts your entry from a 6-pick to a 5-pick, from a 5-pick to a 4-pick, and so on, etc. So if you want to take Trae Young for under 10 assists, you can. 54.2% chance that he lands on 10 or less, but then you have a potential tie or a potential push. taking your 6-pick protected play for Flex Friday down to a 5-pick. That's why I don't like taking picks that could potentially tie or push. I don't do that. I stay away from those style picks. I'd rather take Trey Young at 25.5 points to go under before I would take this pick for him to tie on 10 assists. That's just me, though. That's just me. This one's new. Brandon Ingram of the New Orleans Pelicans. BI sitting at 30.5 points and rebounds. 30.5 points and rebounds on PrizePicks. 29.5 points and rebounds everywhere else. So what does that mean? That means we're getting a point of value here on PrizePicks. He's just a touch too high, just a tad bit too rich on PrizePicks at 30.5. Once again, don't be surprised if Brandon Ingram ends up getting bumped down to 29.5. That's where he's at everywhere else except for PrizePicks. Everywhere else has Brandon Ingram a whole point less on his PR, points and rebounds. So when you hear people use the term value, this is what they're talking about. You're getting value on Brandon Ingram at 30.5 points and rebounds. Now, as I mentioned, you don't have to do this. I do this to add another layer to my research, to my process. I like looking at the projection models. Brandon Ingram's projected for 31.1 points and rebounds going up against the Denver Nuggets tonight. Okay, it's been bumped down to 28.5. Perfect. Or 29.5. So now that it's been bumped down to 29.5, check this out. Check this out. 31.1 points and rebounds here on Fantasy Labs. So maybe now we do the opposite. Instead of taking the under at 30.5, maybe we take the over at 29.5. He's projected for 31.1 points and rebounds. I'm just saying, this is how you have to play the game. They go high, we go low. They go low, we go high. There's opportunity now for us to take the over at 29.5 points and rebounds. He is projected for 31.1. Okay? Let's just see how the rest of these projections are shaping up for Brandon Ingram before we go making any hasty decisions, though. Now, he's like right at 29.5. This is RotoWire. Right at 29.5 at 29.46 to be exact. So pretty close. So if you got the under at 30.5, maybe you're liking that based on that projection. Maybe you're liking that under projection for Brandon Ingram. Taking a look at where he's at on LineStar. LineStar's got Brandon Ingram all the way up at 32.1 points and rebounds. So once again, he's been bumped down to 29.5. So you can jump over the 29.5 points and rebounds. Now you got two different projections that suggest that Brandon Ingram's good for at least 31 points and rebounds, or 30 points and rebounds in this case. Let's check a third projection out. This one, again, being brought to us by Numberfire. Numberfire is free. You guys can go out and sign up for a free Numberfire account. Start using these projections today. I recommend it. They do have some nice tools. Here's a projection for Brandon Ingram on Numberfire. 29.5 PR, points and rebounds. So what are you guys going to do with Brandon Ingram now that he's been bumped down? Let's just take a peek real quick on the optimizer. Let's see what they're telling us to do now that he's at 29.5. It could be just an EV neutral play right now, but it may be one to kind of keep your eye on. Yeah. He's actually a slight betting favorite to go over 29.5 points and rebounds. So you got almost a 52% chance. Now that Brandon Ingram's down to 29.5, you got about a 52% chance of Brandon Ingram going over 29.5 points and rebounds. So they bumped it down from 30.5 to 29.5. We were thinking take the under at 30.5, but now I'm thinking the over at 29.5 doesn't look too shabby. That could be the move now that it's down to 29.5. Another Brandon Ingram line to consider. This one's actually more of a plus EV play, are his rebounds and assists at 10.5. At 10.5, you got over a 53% chance of Brandon Ingram getting 11 rebounds and assists for you tonight. Let's just look at that while we got Brandon Ingram pulled up. 10.8 puts him slightly above the 10.5 number. So that's not a bad one. Second projection for Brandon Ingram's rebounds and assists, 12.1. So that's 2 solid projections for Ingram to go over. A third projection for his rebounds and assists has him at 11.4, and that is Line Star. That has him going over 10.5. And then Number Fire's got him at 5.7 rebounds plus 5.9 assists, putting Brandon Ingram at 11.6. So this one's checking out. So we could go this route. 10.5 rebounds and assists, projecting over on 4 different models. It is a plus EV play. In fact, it is the most plus EV Brandon Ingram player prop on the board right now. So for my 2-pick power play fans out there on PrizePicks, here you go. Here's a 2-pick power play to get you started. Maybe you're looking to build a little bit of bankroll today. Maybe you want to capture this value before the lines get bumped up, bumped down, removed. You know how PrizePicks goes. So you could do that. You could go under on Trey Young's points, and you could go over on Brandon Ingram's rebounds and assists. 2 solid ones, though, to get you started, all right? What are we thinking about these? Yay or nay on Trae under 25.5 points? Yay or nay on BI under 10.5, or sorry, over 10.5 rebounds and assists? Are you liking one of these 2 picks more than the other? What do you guys think? Let me know. I want to get your feedback. I want to get your thoughts, your opinions, your feelings about these picks. We got 79 likes, guys. We're on our way to 100. Yes, 100 once again. But yeah, we're just riding with the data. We're riding with the numbers. We got good stats that support both of these options. So Trey Young under 25.5. Brandon Ingram over 10.5. Fade both. Dave says fade both. Fade both. CP4 says fade both. You gotta say why, though. If you're gonna say fade both, tell me why. Make a compelling argument and reason why you're fading both. What is it about both of these that puts you in the fade category? What do you know that's keeping you from feeling more confident in these picks? Share your infinite wisdom and knowledge. Here's what I'll tell you. The Philadelphia 76ers against opposing point guards, if you want to just talk matchups, 23 points per game is all they're allowing to opposing point guards. That's not a very big number. Trae would need 26. They're giving up 23 to opposing point guards. So they're actually giving up a lower point per game average than Trae Young's by about 3 points. Than Trae Young's line by about 3 points. Inconsistent. Well, that's what you want, right? You don't want a guy that's consistently going over. If it's inconsistent, then hey, you have just as good of a shot of going under and as you do going over, right? But I get it. You're looking for the locks. You want the guarantees. I got it. I know. You want the locks. You want the plays that are nothing but green bars, right? We're all a fan of green. Green. We all want green. Let's take a look at Trey Young's game logs. We're going to props.cash. Guys, if you're not using props.cash, props.cash is a fantastic tool. Let me show you why, though. I can show you better than I can tell you. All right, when we come over to props.cash, we take a look at the 2023 NBA season. When we bump Trae Young up to 25.5 points. Now, somebody said inconsistent, but to me, this looks like it's more consistent than inconsistent. And by consistent, I mean he's consistently gone under 25.5 points. Trae Young. Now, he dropped 41 on Orlando and 27 against Miami. I'll give him that. But besides those 2 games, he's been consistently going under 25.5 points, which is the way that he's projected to go tonight and the way that the optimizer is suggesting we should take the pick. I mean, inconsistent, I don't know if that's the right word to use. I would say that he's consistently gone under. 8 out of 10 games, he's gone under. 80% hit rate. How much more consistency do you want on a player prop? 80% hit rate on the under for Trae Young at 25.5. I'm just saying. We're thinking about going under at 25.5. He's gone under in 8 out of 10 games, 80% hit rate. Just wanted to illustrate that and show why props.cash can be a great visualization tool, a great research tool. If you're not using it yet, save 25%. Use code Curry. Link down in the description below. Give props.cash a try. All I'm saying. But yeah, maybe sometimes you got to just see it to believe it. And I think we're seeing it right here. Trae Young under 25.5 points is about as consistent as you can ask for. 80% hit rate under 25.5. So he could stay right there at 25.5. As we mentioned before, all the markets have Trae Young at 24.5 points. Now, maybe Brandon Ingram's the inconsistent one. So, hey, let's look at Brandon Ingram a little bit closer. Let's put him under the microscope. Let's see if Brandon Ingram's rebounds and assists line is one that we should fade. He's at 10.5, right? And we're thinking about taking the over. Now, here's some inconsistency for you. I'll give you inconsistent people this one. I'll give you credit here. Brandon Ingram's rebounds and assists at 10.5. Now, this is inconsistency. He's come close on a number of occasions. 10 rebounds and assists against the Knicks, the Hawks, the Mavericks. But close doesn't cut it. We need him to get 11 tonight, like he did against Memphis, Houston, and Dallas. So if we're talking inconsistent, yeah, Brandon Ingram's rebounds and assists, inconsistent. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. How's the matchup looking? Well, it's the Denver Nuggets. And, well, they are a good team. So let's go take a peek. How many rebounds are they giving up to the small forward position this season? Not too shabby. 8.2 rebounds per game. That's a top 10 per game average to the small forward position. Now, as far as assists go, they're not really giving up a ton of assists, only 3 per game to small forwards. And you can kind of see where Denver ranks on this list in that regard. Bottom 5, right? 3 assists per game to small forwards, about 8.2 rebounds per game to small forwards. So if you don't like Brandon Ingram for over 10.5 rebounds and assists, cool. Don't take it. Don't take it. But I want to remind you that this is a protected play. It is a risk-free entry. So if we're ever going to take a shot and just ride with the data, ride with the projections, let's do it on a protected play, a risk-free entry. We'll see what happens. We'll leave him in there for now. If we find something better, he can get kicked to the streets. But as of right now, I'm voting for him to stay on 6-pick island. Okay? What else do we got? What else do we have here? Trae Young still up there at 10 assists. Again, could tie, could push. James Harden, not going to be a play for me tonight. Clippers, don't love it. Paul George, not going to be a play for me tonight. Clippers, once again, don't love it. Trae Young's points still sitting nice at 25.5 for the under. 53.5% chance to go under. All right. All right. What else we got? We got some blocks. We got some turnovers. Y'all take them if you want to take them. I'm not taking them. Jakob Poeltl, 10.5 points. 53.4% chance that Poeltl will not score 11 tonight. So we're looking for 10 or fewer points for Poeltl. Let's go run the projections on the big man for the Raptors. Now, he was just at what, 13.5 the other night? What was his point line? He stayed under. I took him under 13.5, and he stayed under 13.5. But tonight he's all the way down at 10.5 going up against the Boston Celtics. Here's what I'll tell you. If Poeltl gets bumped down to 10 points, well, he's projected for 11.6, and maybe you take the over at 10. But at 10.5, Optimizer says take the under. Projection here, 11.6. So we got some conflicting information. Looking at Jakob Poeltl's points on RotoWire, 11.7. Once again, projected to go over 10.5. Ouch. Ouch. So, yeah, maybe we wait for the bump on Poeltl. A bump down to 10, and then we go over 10 points. No projection for him on Line Star. He's at 10.5 on Number Fire. So I'm going to leave Jakob Poeltl alone for right now. Thank you for the super chats, by the way. We will definitely get to those super chats here momentarily. Yeah, we played the Pirtle. We already did. We played the Pirtle game, my friend. You must have missed it. Today's Pirtle mystery player, sorry to ruin it, spoiler alert, John Konkar of the Memphis Grizzlies. But if you guessed Luke Kennard, you came pretty close. Anyway, yeah, we already played it. You missed it. What else we got here? Anything else popping up on the optimizer that, hey, we got value right here. Kevin Huerter under points and rebounds. This one shot to the top of the optimizer for some reason. 55.2% chance that Kevin Huerter goes under 20.5 points and rebounds. This 55.2% chance ain't going to last long on the PrizePicks board. So you got to be quick with the trigger finger. You got to snipe while the sniping's good. So sometimes you just got to take it sight unseen. Oh, Huerter's gone. What happened? Did we get some Kings news, friends? Did we get some Huerter news? Why is Huerter's not showing up on the PrizePicks board? Did they just pull all Kevin Huerter props for some reason? Weird. Kevin Huerter showing up on the optimizer, but not up on the PrizePicks board. Things that make you go, Well, I don't know why Kevin Huerter's at the top of the board, but not on PrizePicks. An anomaly, to be certain. All right, let's give the optimizer some time to brew. I think we got two worthwhile options right here. Let's get to some of these super chats. 168 viewers, 88 likes. There's an opportunity there for you folks to get us from 88 to 100. Again, everybody's like line is set at 0.5 likes daily. When you join me, I always take the over on everyone to hit the like button at least once. I'm taking the over. Life's too short for the under in some cases. If you're sitting on your hands and you haven't hit the like button yet, there we go. We're up to 90 now. 10 more and we hit the over. Do I smell a 100 like bang coming? I think I do. It won't be long. Let's look at the first super chat. Dave Gutierrez says, please break down Kevin Huerter over 7 3-point attempts. 3-point attempts. Well, I could. But like Kevin Huerter's ghosted us, man. He's not on the PrizePicks board. What's going on with Kevin Huerter? He was there. Now he's not. Jalen Suggs. Game time decision for the Orlando Magic. Well, that's a new piece of injury news. I don't see anything about Kevin Huerter, though, up here on the Underdog news feed. So I don't know what's going on with Kevin Huerter. But, yeah, we could look into it. Let's swing it over to props.cash. We'll go to 3-point makes. And then we'll go over to the Sacramento versus San Antonio Spurs game. And we'll click on the man that's known as Red Velvet, Kevin Huerter. You're wanting to take the over on 7 3-point attempts. Well, hopefully PrizePicks puts that back up on the board because as of right now, it's nowhere to be found, my friend. Nowhere to be found. So what props.cash makes really simple is to look at something like 3-point attempts, right? You just simply go to the app, you find the player, you could search for him, you could click it, filter it by game. Anyway, you end up on Kevin Huerter and you take a look at how many 3-point attempts he's averaging per game. He's averaging 7.2. Here's what I'll tell you though. The first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we'll say first 5 games. First 5 games, he was a little light in the ass on those 3-point attempts. But in the last 5 games or so, my boy's really cranking up those 3-point attempts. He's attempted 8 now against Houston, which puts him over. 9 against Portland, 10 against OKC, 9 against Cleveland, and a whopping 11 3-point attempts for Huerter against the Los Angeles Lakers. So he's on a nice little 5-for-5 streak right now. So if you're somebody who kind of believes in streaks, hot streaks, cold streaks, hit streaks, miss streaks, here's a streak for you. Kevin Huerter has gone over 7 3-point attempts now in 5 straight games. It's like a switch has flipped for Kevin Huerter, and he's just in full green light jack mode. Jack mode, pause, right? Pause. Ew. But yeah, Kevin Huerter over 7 3-point attempts looks pretty good just from a purely from a hit rate perspective. Because Fox was out, when Fox came back, he is launching. Okay. So let's test that theory. Let's go to the games with De'Aaron Fox. Again, Props.cash makes doing something like this possible. So you go over here to the combo props and player filters. You go and find De'Aaron Fox. You got a column that says with and without. So we want to look at the games with De'Aaron Fox, right? Because you're saying that with De'Aaron Fox, Kevin Huerter launches more 3-point attempts. Now, here's what's crazy. Here's what's crazy about your theory. When we look at the numbers here, his average really doesn't change too much. 7.4 3-point attempts in games with De'Aaron Fox. 5, 5, 7, and then more recently 9 and 11 since Fox has returned to the starting lineup. So I don't know. I don't think Fox's presence is changing things all that much for Kevin Huerter in these 3-point attempts. Maybe small impact. Maybe Fox is drawing more attention from the defenses, leaving Kevin Huerter wide open to snipe from downtown. Possibly, that could be a thing. Just looking at these 5 games, though, that he's played this season with Fox, he's hit 7 or better in 3 out of 5. Now, you could also do the inverse. You could take Fox games without De'Aaron Fox and look at those as well. Games without De'Aaron Fox, 5, 3, 8, 9, and 10. So he's actually had more than 7 3-point attempts in 3 out of 5 games without De'Aaron Fox, averaging 7 3-point attempts per game. So, I mean, there you go. 2 different options, I guess. You know, two different ways to look at it, with Fox, without Fox. But Props.cash is awesome. So, again, link down in the description if you want to try it out. You'll save 25% on your first month when you use my code Curry, when you use the link down in the description of the video. All right, so now that we kind of got a good, decent read on Kevin Huerter, let's look at some like Kevin Huerter 3-point attempt projections. Again, I didn't see this prop on PrizePicks right now. So maybe we're doing all this for nothing. Maybe you can take his 3-point attempt somewhere else. I don't know. But he's projected for 6.4. That's RotoWire. That's got him at 6.4 3-point attempts. You can also get a 3-point attempt projection for Kevin Huerter on Numberfire. But you got to go looking for it. You got to click Kevin Huerter's name. You got to open up his player page. And then once you have this player page opened up, you can scroll down just a little bit. You go under game log, you go to upcoming projections, 3 p.m.-A, 3-point made and attempt. That sounded weird. 3-point makes and attempts. He's projected for 7.3 attempts today. So maybe 7's the magic number. I think PrizePicks had him at 7, right? Is he projected to go like way over 7? Not really. Not really. He's not projected for like 8 or more. So maybe he lands on 7, but he is riding a little 5-game streak of 7 or better. So Dave, hopefully that answers your question. And you have a little bit more information now about Kevin Huerter's 7 3-point attempts than you did before. All right. But it wasn't on the board. In fact, nothing for Kevin Huerter was on the board. I mean, is it just me? Or can you guys vouch for this? Can you confirm? Kevin Huerter's not on PrizePicks right now? I don't think I'm crazy. I think I've got a good grasp on how this app works. I'm just not seeing him. Only one time to shine left a super chat. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Big boy, getting in them pockets, man. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Digging deep with the $5 super chat. Means a lot to me, brother. He says he's liking LaMelo Ball over either points and assists or points or assists. Loving the matchup. Let's see what he's loving about this matchup. We got LaMelo Ball 3 different ways. Which way should we play LaMelo. He said points, he said assists, or you combine the two and you go points and assists. He's liking more, and more. If he could take LaMelo Ball for all three in the same entry, I'm sure he would. Or maybe you make 3 separate entries and you include each of these in those entries. LaMelo's going up against Milwaukee tonight, though. He's at 25.5 points. He's at 9.5 assists. He's at 35.5 points plus assists. So let's look at each of those under the lens of the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. Optimizer just updated. So now that it's updated, we can take a look at some of these different LaMelo Ball markets. 9.5 assists, under 52.8% chance of staying under 10 dimes tonight. That's not what you want to see if you're thinking about taking the over on LaMelo Ball. Also an under, his points and assists sitting at 35.5 points and assists, 52% chance that he goes under that number. Now you also mentioned his points. His points is about a coin flip as a coin flip can get. It's about a 50-50 prop here. In other words, he's got a 50.08% chance of going over 25.5, but he's also got a 49.92% chance of going under 25.5. In other words, you'd be about as good to just pull a coin out and flip that sucker and make your decision that way. When you factor in the odds, the math behind the odds on these sports books. So I hate to break it to you. For yours truly, I would not play any of these LaMelo Ball props. If I was really all in on LaMelo Ball tonight, if I liked him to go over points or I liked him to go over assists, I would not take those overs on PrizePicks because there's literally no benefit, no extra reward, no incentive for taking on the inherent risk of going against the books, going against the odds, going against the juice. You don't get rewarded. There's no brownie points, no bonus points awarded to you on PrizePicks. They're a fixed payout platform. Where you could take this is maybe on a sleeper, on a hot streak, where those little multipliers tend to be a little higher when you take picks that are not plus EV. Or if you got sportsbook access and you could take LaMelo Ball for over points or over assists at plus odds, that's where you have some incentive for taking risk on a player that's not a plus EV play, in other words. Okay? And I hope that's making sense to you. For some of you, it's probably going over your head. What the hell is this guy talking about? Just tell us if we should play it or not. But hopefully you guys are learning something. Don't take this. This is not a plus EV play, and it's not something that you should be taking on PrizePicks. You shouldn't. There's no bonus, no reward for you to take a pick that literally goes against the juice, against the odds, against the grain, against the sports book. You shouldn't do it. Not on PrizePicks. Hot streak maybe, sleeper maybe, a sports book maybe. Maybe that's where you go and take it. Let's look at some projection stuff. All right? If he's projecting well above his lines tonight, then go out and take it at, minus 115 odds to go over 25.5 points. Or hell, you could even get it at minus 110 odds over on PointsBet to go over 25.5 points if you've got these sports books available to you where you live. Okay? You get some nice little payouts for taking the over. He's projected, though, for 25.6 points, which isn't a whole lot more than 25.5. I can see why this isn't getting a lot of juice for the over. He's just not projecting greatly today. Let's look at the dimes, though. Maybe the assists are the better way to go. He's at 9.5 assists today, but projecting for 8.4 assists. So the projections are low on LaMelo Ball's assists today. So now that we've got a projection, do I still feel the same about taking the over at plus odds on a sports book? I don't. Not if I'm riding with this projection of 8.4. If I go take the over at 9.5 assists at plus 100 odds, yeah, I'll get a fat payday if it hits, but the projection models are saying there's not really a good likelihood, a good chance of him going over 9.5 assists today. So you're taking a risk that, you know, isn't backed by like solid projections or anything like that. So 8.4 assists. Nonetheless, looking at LaMelo Ball, here's another projection. He's projected at 8 dimes over here on RotoWire. They've got him at 8. His points are just 22.3. So things aren't looking great for LaMelo Ball. I know you love him. I know you love him. I know you love him. And I know that the information that I'm telling you right now is going against what you believe in your core and your fiber. But we gotta ride with the numbers here. Here's a projection of 8 assists for LaMelo Ball, putting him well under 9.5. His points on LineStar, 29.8 though. Almost 30 points on his projection on LineStar. So LineStar is liking some LaMelo Ball points. Not so much the assists, but liking the points. 22.6 points puts him well under his point line of 25.5, and then 8.4 assists puts him well under his assist line of 9.5. So you're liking the overs, my friend, but I can't recommend you take any LaMelo Ball overs on PrizePicks. If you're playing on PrizePicks, don't do it. If anything, I'm actually rocking with some LaMelo Ball under 9.5 assists on PrizePicks. 52.8% chance of going under. He's consistently projected under, unanimously projected under on several different player projection sites. Hey, I told y'all Trey Young was going to get bumped, right? He's down to 25 points. Told y'all it was coming down. Didn't I say that? Before we end the stream, I said Trey Young's probably going to go down. And down he goes to 25 points. He didn't go all the way down to 24.5. But he did go down to 25. All right. Hopefully you guys jumped in on the under 25.5. Congrats if you did. You got value. But yeah, I would actually take LaMelo Ball for less than 9.5 assists based on what we just looked at. Plus EV to go under 9.5. All the projections say he's going under 10 assists tonight. So Dave says, I talked you into a slip. Let's keep Trey. Hey, hopefully you got him, Dave, because Trey now is at 25. Trey before was at 25.5. So hopefully you got that value. Chris Raptor's liking some Kentavious Caldwell-Pope over points and assists. KCP over points and assists. Let's look at that one. Thank you, Mr. Raptor, for the super chat. Much appreciated. It seriously goes a long way. I'm guessing you're wanting to take the combo, right? The points and assists combo at 11.5. That's what you're wanting to do, I think. Or are you wanting to take these individually, or you let me know. Monkey says, been watching you for like 3 seasons, bro. You're the GOAT. Monkey, you the man. Thank you. Hit that like button for me, Monkey, if you haven't yet. All right, so we're going combo here on KCP at 11.5 points and assists. I think, Mr. Chris, you're wanting to go over on that. Let's see. We had another super chat come through, too. Let's look at Val Savage. Val Savage. Love that name, dude. Is that your real last name? Or is that like 21 Savage? Or is that like Macho Man Randy Savage? If Savage is your last name, that shit hard, bro. Val Savage is a hard-ass name, dude. That's a hard-ass name. Let's take a look at DeAndre Ayton before Val Savage puts me in a body bag or something. I'm scared now. We got to get to this man's super chat. Appreciate the super chat, Val Savage. If I would have looked at your name sooner, we would have already talked about it, brother. Now I'm scared. DeAndre Ayton points and rebounds over 22.5. Boom. That's the Savage play of the day. Clint Capela over 16.5 points and rebounds. Let's look at Clint Capela, the big fella. 16.5 points and rebounds. Well, he's not up on PrizePicks at 16.5 PR. Let's just plug in his PRA and see how that's looking. Maybe they removed it. Maybe it was on PrizePicks, but that's cool. If it's not on PrizePicks, you guys probably have other apps that you can turn to. Sometimes PrizePicks is selective in what they offer. We know that. We know that. And then we had Everyday Fantasy leaving a super chat. He's going to the pool party. He's going to the pool party, folks. You better bring your towel because it's going to be sweaty at the pool party. He's liking Jordan Poole for more than 6.5 3-point attempts going up against the New York Knicks. And he's liking Julius Randle on the other side of that game for more than 6.5 3-point attempts as well. So both Randle and Poole, 6.5 3-point attempts. We got a full. All right. We're going to leave Brandon Ingram out for right now, just so we can make room for Randle. We got to make room. 6 picks is the most we can have here on PrizePicks. So let's look at these options that were just presented to us. KCP over 11.5 points and assists. DeAndre Ayton over 22.5 points and rebounds. Clint Capela over PR at 16.5, but we're going to look at the PRA too. And then we got Poole and Randle, both over 6.5 3-point attempts. So let's start here with KCP. Appreciate all the super chat love. Thank you. Let's start with that first one, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope of the Nugs. Pope. His points and assists was Chris Raptor's play. He is not a plus EV play for an over on PrizePicks. Not a plus EV play for the over on PrizePicks. So don't play this on PrizePicks from what it looks like. His points and assist line at 11.5 actually is an underplay. About a 50.2% chance. About a 50.2% chance that he goes under 11.5 points and assists according to what we're seeing here. All right, let's run the numbers. I'm going to refresh these projection models. Look more. What that mean? What that mean? Look more. Look deeper. Look deeper. I feel like you're like Rafiki on The Lion King. Look deeper. Okay, Rafiki. I will look deeper. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is projected for 13.2 points and assists. We're going to go as deep as we can go, Chris. Don't you worry, buddy. We're going deep. We're going deep. 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 Bite the pillow deep. That's how deep we're going, folks. KCP, 13.2 points and assists. Y'all gonna get me canceled. Y'all gonna get me canceled up on here, ain't you? Trying to get me canceled? Ain't gonna work. 15.8 projected points and assists over on RotoWire. So we're seeing some sweet projections on KCP. 13.2, 15.8 points and assists. Let's go to LineStar. LineStar's got KCP at 13.4 points and assists. My dude is popping off on these projections. I will give you that, Chris. I will definitely give you that. KCP's points and assist projections, they're running wild, brother. They're looking good. 11.4 projected points and assists over on Number Fire. So they're a little light, but everybody else is real over the top on that projection for KCP's PA. Now, somebody, Mr. Called Me Oso, said KCP's fantasy score doesn't look bad either. KCP, known to have sticky fingers, known to get his hands on some blocks and steals. Yes, it's true. It's true. So if you're liking KCP's fantasy score, I mean, he's at 21 here, 21 fantasy score, 26.2. That's a big projection for a line of just 19.5. You could go Pope fantasy score if you're playing on PrizePicks or somewhere else that offers fantasy score as an option for you. Here's a 21.93, almost 22 fantasy score. So not a bad move. You could go KCP for more on the fantasy score if you prefer that. Not terrible. I just want to take a quick peek at the points and assists for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. I want to see kind of what type of work he's been doing. You guys mentioned the word consistency earlier, right? More consistent lately over the last few games. He's been better. And if we dial this down to 11.5, which is where you're getting him on PrizePicks, Prop.Cash by default has him at 12.5. We got to go down to 11.5. He's actually hit the over on 11.5 points and assists in 4 out of his last 5 games. So you can isolate this view to just the last 5 games on Prop.Cash too. Pretty cool. And so when we got him at 11.5, he's had 12, he's had 22 against New Orleans. He's playing New Orleans tonight. Just want to point that out. He just had 22 against New Orleans a few days ago. He's playing New Orleans again tonight. We need 12 out of the young man. He had 22 the last time he played him. 13 against Golden State, only 6 against Houston. Womp womp. But 13 in a nice little bounce back game against the Clippers. So, yeah, you might be onto something here with KCP at 11.5 points and assists. Is it a plus EV play? It's not. It's not. But is it projecting well? It is. Is there consistency over the last 5 games? There is. Is there a previous recent game that we can reference where he's had success? There is. He had 22 points and assists just a few days ago. Oh, it's about a week and a half ago. But just pointing out, there's a lot of nice little things here to like about KCP. So, there you go. A little KCP. Yeah, KCP's not somebody that you have to worry about getting bumped. You're right. I don't foresee him getting bumped up to from 11.5 to 12. And I don't see him getting bumped from 11.5 to 11 as of right now. Now, maybe once people catch wind of this and they start betting this on sports books, maybe you start to see his line take off a little bit closer to tip off, but I don't think there's any risk of him getting bumped to 12 or getting bumped down to 11 or anything like that anytime soon. So agreed. Cool. Not bad though. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the pick. I think it looks like a solid pick. Would I play it on PrizePicks? Okay, maybe I would, but I'd only play it maybe like once. Limited exposure on PrizePicks. Limited exposure. I'd play it like once. Maybe I'll leave him in there for right now. I'll leave him in. To my man Savage. We got Deandre Ayton at 22.5 points and rebounds. What was this guy's name? Val Savage. I still can't get over it. Y'all remember Val Venus? We got any old school WWF Attitude Era fans? Y'all remember Val Venus? I'm getting Val Venus and I'm getting Randy Macho Man Savage from this guy. Val Savage. I just can't get over it. Hell of a name. If your parents named you that, man, get them something nice for Christmas. They did a good job naming you. DeAndre Ayton's at 22.5 points and rebounds. Shout out to anybody, though, that remembers Val Venus. Dude was a beast. Val Venus was a beast. Taking a look at DeAndre Ayton. Yeah, that's him, the Juice. The Juice knows. If you know, you know. Val Venus was out there. Whew. Acting a damn fool on Monday Night Raw. DeAndre Ayton's at 22.5 points and rebounds. 51.7% chance that DeAndre Ayton's going to go over this number tonight. So let's run this. Now that we know it's a plus EV play, we're going to look at some projections. Ooh, look at this projection, y'all. DeAndre Ayton versus the Lakers tonight. 25.9 points and rebounds. That's a big one. And that's word to Val Venus. That's a big one. That's a big projection. 25.9 points and rebounds for Ayton. So far, so good on DeAndre Ayton. Do I trust DeAndre Ayton? I got to be real. Got to keep it honest with you guys. Full transparency. I don't trust his big ass. But look at these projections. Golly. 30.99 projected points and rebounds for DeAndre Ayton versus the Lakers tonight. That's almost 31 PR. I mean, I don't know. Is that an error? Can't be an error because, I mean, Fantasy Labs also had him sky high at 25.9, but 31 PR on DeAndre Ayton tonight. Oh, it's going to be a sweat, man. It's going to be a sweat. I can already feel it. DeAndre Ayton, just Just never seems like he makes it easy for us, does he? 23.8 points and rebounds. On Line Star, we got 3 really solid projections for this DeAndre Ayton points and rebounds plays so far, folks. It's looking nice. It's looking nice. Let's run this last one. 14.5 points on Number Fire, plus they got him at 10.3 rebounds. That's going to put him at 24.8. Not as high of a projection as we've seen on some of these other projection models, right? Not quite up to the other standards, but still well over. I mean, 24.8 on a 22.5. I'm gonna leave him in there. I told you I don't trust this guy, but it is a protected play. It's a protected play. If it wasn't a protected play, I don't know if I would still take it. But man, these projections are just off the chain right now for DeAndre Ayton. Looking at his season so far, we talked about consistency, right? It's something we aim for, we look for when we take these player props. There's one thing that's consistent when we look at these DeAndre Ayton game logs that's standing out to me. You notice the red bars. The red bars indicate games in which he failed to go over 22.5 points and rebounds. But here's consistency for you. He has yet to have a string of games, 2 games in a row, we'll call it, or more, where he's gone under his points and rebounds. So what I'm saying is normally when he's got a bad game, like a 16 PR, he bounces back with a 29 the next night. Then he has a 16 PR against Philly, bounces back with a 33 and a 27 and a 28. And then he drops down to 17 against Memphis, but then he bounces back the next game. He is the ultimate bounce back artist. Now, he did just play the Lakers. This was November 12th. This was 5 days ago. 5 days ago, he played LA. He had 19 points and rebounds in that game. Goes under, but then he bounces back the next game with 32. Then he goes under against Cleveland with just 12 points and rebounds. You guys see what's happening here. We haven't seen DeAndre Ayton have 2 games, back-to-back games, where he's gone under his points and rebounds. Now, if it happens tonight, it'll be the first time it's happened all season, where he's had 2 subpar games in a row. 2 chalk games in a row. This would be the first night that it's happened. He's projecting out of this world. We've got a little bit of a trend happening here. He's bouncing back. After bad performances, he comes back strong the next game. So I'm leaving him in. I'm going to leave him in there at 22.5 points and rebounds. I could see this particular prop or most of DeAndre Ayton's projections and lines start to really take off as we get closer and closer to tip-off. I could see this getting bumped up to 23, maybe 23.5. Davis is probable. It's LeBron that we have to keep our eye out on. Bron's the one that's questionable. Davis is probable. So, I mean, this is looking nuts. The projections for this is, I mean, it's as good as you can ask for from a projection standpoint. So I'll leave him in there. So Val, the first one, looking good. Now your other one, you like Clint Capela's points and rebounds. We couldn't find him on PrizePicks for points and rebounds, but we could find the points, rebounds, and assists at 17.5. So let's look at the PRA for Capela real quick. While we're looking at that, we can also look at the PR and see if it's even an option on the optimizer. Here's what I'll tell you. The PRA, points, rebounds, and assists, 50.7% chance of him going over 17.5 points, rebounds, and assists. But I'm not seeing the PR even on the optimizer right now, so I don't know what's up with that. So a little bit of an EV play, just slight EV over, okay? Let's look at some projections on Capela, though. You asked about the PR. I do have projections for PR. This first projection, 19.3. Here's probably why you're not seeing Capela's PR on PrizePicks. He's a minus 140 at 16.5 PR to go over on DraftKings. He's a minus 138 on FanDuel. So he's catching a lot of juice for the over at 16.5. He's even at 17.5 on PointsBet. So that's probably why they removed it, though. A lot of juice, a lot of money coming in on the over for the 16.5 PR. So could you pivot to the PRA? I mean, you could. He's at 17.5 on the points, rebounds, and assists, projected for 20.2 points, rebounds, and assists. So if you can't get the PR wherever you're, wanting to play Clint Capela props, pivot over to the PRA as a alternative. We'll go that route. Check it out, some other Clint Capela projections. Just like DeAndre Ayton, Clint Capela's points and rebounds projected for 22.5, monster projection for him there. You're even seeing him at 23.5 points, rebounds, and assists. So the PRA could be a fine pivot if you can't get the PR. Looking at LineStar's got him at just 15.6 points and rebounds and just 17.1 points, rebounds, and assists. So close, but no cigar, slightly under. And then another projection here for Clint Capela. You got 9.4 points plus 10.3 rebounds. So that puts his points and rebounds at 19.7. So if you're getting the 16.5 PR on Clint Capela somewhere, that looks good. Now, if we add in the 0.9 for the assist, he's still at a very healthy 20.6 points, rebounds, and assist number. So I'm going to stick with the PRA, being that we can't get the PR anymore on PrizePicks. But Val, I think you're onto something here, Val, I think you're onto something really nice here. Ayton over 22.5 PR. If you can get Capela at 16.5 PR, take that. If you can't, pivot over to Clint Capela over 17.5 PRA. But yeah, Val, I think you've blessed the chat today with two really nice ones. Two solids. All right. Now these 3-point attempts, these were left to us by Everyday Fantasy. He's liking both of these guys. They're in the same game. Poole, Washington Wizards. Randall, New York Knicks. They are facing off against each other tonight. Both of these guys at 6.5 3-point attempts. Both of these are overplays for my guy, Don P, aka Everyday Fantasy. So let's look at both of them real quick under the lens, under the scope of props.cash. Okay. We'll start with Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole's 3-point attempts this season. Scroll on down here. Scroll. Get your scroll on. Shout out to the big timers. Here you go. You got 6.6 average 3-point attempts per game for Jordan Poole. How many times has he gone over 6.5? Once? Twice? 3 times? 4 times. So he's only gone over 4 times. Ouch. So we're talking consistency. 4 out of 11. 4 out of 11 times he's actually gone over 6.5 3-point attempts. Not what you want to see. Not sexy. Not great. Let's look at Julius Randle. Maybe he's looking a little bit better. Well, I mean, PrizePicks again, just riding with his average, putting him right at 6.5 3-point attempts per game. Now he's cleared the 6.5 mark more often, more frequently than Poole has. He's gone over in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it ain't much better than Poole's hit rates, right? So 5 games out of a total of 11. So he's 5 for 11. Poole's 4 for 11. Consistency's not there. That's just based on his performances from this season. All right. So you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. I told you, it's Jordan Poole. Bring a towel. The pool party, you're going to get sweaty at the pool party. Jordan Poole's 3-point attempts are projected for 7 tonight. Julius Randle's 3-point attempts are projected for 7.8, which kind of coincides with the hit rates, right? When we looked at these guys' hit rates, Randle had the slightly better hit rate at 5 out of 11, where Poole was 4 for 11, right? So you got a little bit of a higher projection for Randle on his 3-point attempts. Let's go to Number Fire and just check a second projection on both of these fellas. I don't know if I'm going to be playing both of them. Right now, I'm leaning toward only playing Randle. Here's Poole, 8.6. 8.6 3-point attempts tonight. 1.1 attempts higher. I'm sorry, 2.1 attempts higher than his line. 2.1 attempts higher than his line of 6.5. All right, so nice projection for the over. And then let's look at Randall's projections on his 3-point attempts. His are all the way up at 8.6 on number fire as well. So for me, I think I would go Randall before I would go Poole. Both of them are at 6.5. But if I had to choose just one, I can't trust Poole. I want to trust him, but 4 for 11. I'd probably go Randall. That's just me, though. That's just me, though. What do you guys think? Randall or Poole? If you had to pick just one, let's have a vote. One option: Randall over 6.5 3-point attempts, or Poole over 6.5 3-point attempts. What are you guys feeling better about? What you liking? All right, we got a couple of other super chats coming through. Again, I'm gonna tackle these super chats. As long as you guys are super chatting, I'll sit here all damn day. I will answer every single one of your super chats. I'll answer every question until the cows come home, okay? Just putting it out there. Let's look at Jokic first, though. Jokic for over 9.5 defensive rebounds. Cool. And you're wanting to go over on that, I'm assuming, right? You did? Yeah, you did. Okay, you said over at the end. Cool, Hector. Let's look at Jokic for more than 9.5 defensive rebounds. Again, we could just lean on props.cash for this. Really solid tool. And I'm going to continue to show props.cash off to you guys because it is powerful. Seeing is believing a lot of the times, you know. I know PrizePicks for a lot of categories, they'll give you the last 5. The last 5 is cool and all, but what about the last 10? What about the last 15? What about for the entire season? Like, they don't give you all that. They give you just a glimpse, just a peek of the last 5. And so you're kind of limited with what PrizePicks is going to give you as far as information is concerned, right? Here's what we got here. This is Nikola Jokic at 12.5 boards. Now, these are all rebounds, defensive and offensive rebounds. But my man is looking at just the 9.5 defensive rebounds. So for that, you scroll down just a little bit. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Scroll, scroll, scroll. And you've got a dedicated module here for defensive rebounds for Nikola Jokic. Now you can see that he's averaging 10.5 defensive rebounds this season. His line tonight is at 9.5 defensive rebounds. How many times has he cleared 9.5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times. And he's currently on a 5-game hit streak. He's gone over 9.5 defensive rebounds in 5 straight games. So it's there. I mean, the consistency is definitely there. 5, 6, 7. 7 out of 11 times he's hit the over. Now, total rebounds, which are at 12.5 on props.cash, he's actually hitting 8 out of 11. Okay? Here's what's looking good, too. Another handy little props.cash feature. You see this little section over here. It says NOP defense allowed. What they're allowing to opposing teams in this case. They're allowing 35.5 defensive rebounds per game to opposing teams, which ranks 26th. It's highlighted in green because there's only a handful of teams that are allowing more defensive rebounds per game to opposing teams than the New Orleans Pelicans. They also allow a lot of offensive rebounds at 12.8 per game, 27th in the league. Meaning, again, that there's only just a few teams that are giving up more offensive rebounds to opposing teams than the New Orleans Pelicans are. So whether it's defensive rebounds, offensive rebounds, rebounds in general, in total, overall, the Pelicans are bleeding, are giving up a ton of rebounds to opposing teams. And you could take this a step further. You could look at it on a positional basis. And if we do that, we go to the center position. We're looking at the season view, full season view. This is a defense versus position tool over here on Fantasy Pros. We scroll down just a little bit. We don't have to go far because the New Orleans Pelicans rank 3rd in total rebounds given up per game to opposing centers. There's only 2 teams giving up more rebounds per game to the center position. That's the Washington Wizards. That's the Oklahoma City Thunder. I wonder if they're going to give us Mitchell Robinson rebounds tonight. Mitchell Robinson going up against the Washington Wizards. Wizards are giving up over 18 boards per game to centers. If you can get Mitchell Robinson's rebounds somewhere and the line's not something crazy like 11.5, if it's at like 10.5, I think you take the over. I think he's got an opportunity for 13 plus rebounds on him tonight. 12, 13 or more boards. When I looked earlier, Mitchell Robinson wasn't on the board for rebounds on PrizePicks, but maybe you get him somewhere else. Anyway, back to Jokic. Yeah, Jokic is in a great spot. Great matchup against the Pelicans. They're giving up a ton of boards to opposing teams. They're giving up a ton of boards to the center position. So does Jokic at 9.5 rebounds look good? You bet your butt it does. You can bet your bottom. Let me take a look. I don't think they give us offensive and defensive rebound breakouts like that. Like a projection, in other words, for offensive rebounds and defensive rebounds. They just kind of combine them on most of these sites. Yeah, Number Fire's got them at like 12.6. So they're not giving us defensive rebound projections. Let me look at RotoWire. Does RotoWire do that? They don't. Nope, they combine the rebounds into one category. So no projections for offensive versus defensive rebounds, but very consistent numbers for Joker. 7 for 11 this season. And he's in a great spot. So yeah, you could take the over on the 9.5 defensive rebounds. I ain't mad at it. Not mad at it at all. Here's what we got. Some of you guys are joining late. We got LaMelo Ball under 9.5 assists. That's looking smooth. Projected for like less than 9 assists on a lot of sites. We've also got Kentavious Caldwell-Pope for more than 11 points and assists. Projecting really well. Speaking of projecting really well, DeAndre Ayton for more than 22.5 points and rebounds. His projections are like off the charts today. Really good projections for him. Clint Capela, 16.5 points and rebounds as mentioned by Val Savage. He likes the over on that. I do too, but unfortunately, you're not going to find it on PrizePicks, so take it somewhere else if you can get it. But as a pivot, as a way to get some skin in the game on Clint Capela's points and rebounds, we could just slide over to the points, rebounds, and assists. It's a point higher. Maybe he finds that elusive 1 assist that he's projected for most games. You know, his line's usually sitting at 0.5 assists. So maybe he gets an assist tonight. But I think that's a good second option if you can't get the points and rebounds at 16.5. And then we've got Randall over 6.5 3-point attempts. Not makes, but attempts. And we've got the Joker over 9.5 defensive rebounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picks. 6 picks in there. Now we're running out of room. We got 6 spots occupied right now. You guys are still sending in super chats. Do we send this as our protected play? Are we going to send this as our protected play? Or do we wait? Do we get through some of these other super chats and maybe we discover something better, or we can kick one of these particular guys out of this 6 pick and replace him with something else? There's still some unanswered super chats. I'm going to get to those. Kentavious, I have not gotten to yours yet. We're running out of room. I'm on yours next. Kentavious, you're next. You're in the queue. You're up next in the batter's box. We could send this 6 pick, or we could wait and see what these other super chats are looking like. Who are we voting off? If we're not sending this, who are we voting off? Who's your top candidate to get kicked out of 6 pick island here? Who's going to get voted off the island? Randall 3-point attempts. You're saying get rid of Randall's 3-point attempts at 6.5. Ooh, a lot of votes for Randall. Shh. A lot of votes for Randall. Hey, Everyday fantasy, you know it's nothing but love. You know it's nothing personal. But the people are speaking. And as a man of the people, I must listen. The people don't like Julius Randle tonight. They don't like Julius Randle. Is there bias? There might be some bias. There might be some Randle haters out there. I don't know. But I think they're looking at the 5 for 11 hit rates and thinking we could probably do better. All right. People have spoken. The people have spoken. We're kicking Randle off of 6-pick island. Abel says, you might want to consider kicking Ball. LaMelo Ball under 9.5 assists. You might want to get rid of him too. Fair point. We could do that. All right, let's look at these other super chats. We got a couple people waiting. We just kicked Julius Randle over 6.5 3-point attempts off of 6-pick island. He gone. He's out of there. He will not be on our 6-pick tonight. Contavious got a super chat for us. He's looking at Aaron Gordon for more than his points, rebounds, and assists. And he's also looking at Michael Porter Jr. for more on his rebounds. Two different ways that we can go here. Both of these guys are Denver Nuggets. I don't like the fact that we've already got one Nugget, in this case Nikola Jokic, at 9.5 defensive rebounds. And both of the picks that you're looking at, Contavious, they might be good. They might be good. But do they correlate well with us taking Jokic over 9.5 rebounds? Probably not. Probably not the best correlation. Michael Porter Jr. over rebounds. Aaron Gordon over points, rebounds, and assists. Got a little overlap. Guys on the same team in the same prop category. So if we expect Jokic to have a smash night on rebounds, how many boards are going to be left for the likes of Gordon and Porter Jr.? That's what you gotta have to think of. Now, I'm going to look at both of those picks because that's what I do here. I'm here to investigate. Let's look at Gordon's points, rebounds, and assists first. If I were to take Gordon or Michael Porter Jr., I'd probably say Gordon, just because he could have sort of a lower rebound total and make up for it with points and assists, and it correlates probably a little bit better with Jokic over boards. Here's AG, though. He's at 27 points, rebounds, and assists. So he's already been bumped. He's already gotten the bump treatment. The PrizePicks bump treatment has been applied to Aaron Gordon's points, rebounds, and assists. Let's pull up Aaron Gordon's PRA line. His PRA at 27 is just about 50%, just a 50% hit rate, which means he's got about a 49.95% chance of going under. So you got a 50-50. Let's call it a 50-50. It's not that much of a plus EV play. It's kind of neutral, right? So we're looking for projections of 28 because we don't want to play this Aaron Gordon prop and settle for a tie or a push. We want the clean cut win, or in some cases, losses. We want to win cleanly or lose cleanly. We don't want to tie. This first projection has him at over 28 PRA, 28.6 to be certain. So that one is a good first projection. Second projection for AG, all the way up at 29.2 points, rebounds, and assists. So if you're able to get him at 26.5, I think the projections are saying you should take the over at 26.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Now, PrizePicks has already bumped him up, as I mentioned before. He's not 26.5 there. He's at 27. But here's a third projection. Line Star loving Aaron Gordon tonight. Almost 32 points, rebounds, and assists on the projection. Let's go for the sweep. Let's go for the projection sweep if we can. Gordon 3 for 3 on the projection models for overs on the points, rebounds, and assists. Here we got 15.1 points, 7 points. Back that up. 15.1 points plus 7.6 rebounds plus 3.8 assists. 26.5. 26.5. So this is the only site that actually has him projected to go under 27. So if you're getting him at 26.5, take it. At 27, maybe you take a shot, but for our intents and purposes, it could tie, could push. So I think I'm going to leave him out of this 6th pick for a couple reasons. We've already got Jokic over rebounds, defensive rebounds. I don't know that I want to take another Denver Nugget where they share rebounds as a prop. But if you wanted to make like a second entry, maybe take Aaron Gordon, you know, once or twice at the most. Don't go too heavy on it. And that's kind of my rule in general. I don't overexpose myself to any one particular player or one particular prop. All it takes is that player having a really bad game to just like sink everything. So if I'm taking a Aaron Gordon prop, I might only take one shot at Aaron Gordon for one player prop category or market. I don't like to have too many Aaron Gordons in different categories and different entries and stuff. I don't like that. I don't like that. Now, it can work out in your favor if Aaron Gordon smashes tonight. His points, his rebounds, his points, rebounds, and assists, his fantasy. I mean, if he has a smash game, well, then you're flying high if you've got Aaron Gordon in a bunch of different entries. But there's also the other side of that, where if he has a shit game, all your slips then go to shit as well. Something to keep in mind. Anyway, you also like Michael Porter Jr. at 7 rebounds. This is another one that's already gotten the bump treatment, either bumped up from 6.5 or bumped down from 7.5. So let's investigate. Let's look further into it. MPJ. He was pretty consistent to start the season with rebounds. The consistency's kind of worn off a little bit. He's been a little bit more volatile, a little bit more shaky. I'm not seeing him on the optimizer, so let's just move straight over to the projections for him. First projection has him all the way up at 8.2 rebounds. So if you snatched at 6.5, congrats, 6.5, mucho value on 6.5 rebounds. He's a minus 160 betting favorite to go over, minus 132, minus 145. Projected for 8.2. So a lot of juice coming in on the over at 6.5. So if you got him at 6.5, you done good. You done real good. If you got him at 7, projected for 6.8 on RotoWire. He is projected for 8.4 on LineStar. Might be a little bit of meat on the bone yet if he's sitting at seven rebounds. Some of these projections have him going over 8 rebounds. Here he is that he's at 7.3 on number fire. So not seeing any projections that have Michael Porter Jr. going under 7 boards. It's at 7.3 at the minimum and like over 8 at the maximum. That's your ceiling. Again, being that we've already got Jokic at 9.5 boards, I don't know that I want to take Porter Jr. for that reason and the fact that Porter could land on 7. And then, you know, your 6th pick becomes a 5. So I like both AG and Porter. I just don't like the fact that they've been bumped, and I don't want to put any bumped lines in my my 6th pick. But good looks, Contavious. I think both look really promising. Both look well. We got some other super chats, didn't we? There's Contavious. We already took care of him. Good looks, Contavious. We got Raptor. Mr. Raptor coming through. He's liking Cam Reddish over 11 points. Interesting. Everyday Fantasy's got Giannis under 7.5 free throw makes. Interesting. We've got Poole rebounds at 2.5 and White's points and assists at 16.5. Ripo coming through with a couple of sweet looks. Wow. Okay. We got Blaine. Blaine just threw a truck load at us. Blaine just dropped I can't say load. I can't say Blaine just, no, I can't say that. Blaine dropped a lot of picks on us. Yeah, that sounds more appropriate. Blaine, I got to get to that, man. Give me just a minute. Give me just a minute. We're looking. All right, let's go to Cam Reddish at 11 points. It's another one of those I could tie, I could push props, right? Let's look at it though. Well, he's actually at 10.5 on PrizePicks. So he needs 11. So his line's 10.5. So we might have something here. Oh yeah, and it's Cam Reddish revenge night, right? Former Portland Trailblazer, he just dropped 18 on his former team a few nights ago, 5 days ago. Do we want to wait for LeBron news before we go Cam Reddish on anything? Or we don't really care? We don't really care? LeBron's questionable is why I mentioned that. And then Anthony Davis is probable. I don't think there's any other Lakers on the injury report that matter. All right, we could wait. We could wait for LeBron news. Cam Reddish at 11 or 10.5 points. He's got about a 51% chance of going over. So it is a plus EV play. Whew, look at this one. You guys want to sweat tonight? How about Nikola Jokic under 22.5 rebounds and assists? Y'all want to sweat tonight? Want to sweat a Nikola Jokic under rebounds and assists line? 54.7% chance that Jokic is staying under 23 rebounds and assists tonight. There's a sweat for you. There's a sweaty pick at the top of the optimizer. Let's look at Cam Reddish real quick. Reddish, revenge game, narrative in play. If LeBron's out, well then, Cam Reddish, I would imagine, would become an even sweeter option. You're seeing him at 10.5 and 11.5 points on a couple different sites, a couple different books. But his projection's a little lightweight at 9.3. We want that number higher, typically. Let's take a look. He is also sitting at 10.4 points. Not quite high enough just yet. 12.6 on Line Star, though. That puts him over 10.5. Pretty easy. And then just 9.2. Ooh. I got to bow out, man, on Cam Reddish. Just not projecting strong enough for my taste, for my preference. Let me look at something here, though. Let me look at something. I want to see if we have any Cam Reddish without LeBron this season. Without LeBron. Probably not, though. Has LeBron missed any games? Yeah. In fact, he missed the game against Portland. They rested him against Portland. They might do that again tonight. They may not need him to beat Portland, is what I'm assuming. They might not need the services of the king this evening. If LeBron James is out, we could probably expect Cam Reddish to score more than 10.5 points. He scored 18 against his former team in Portland without LeBron 5 days ago. Keep your eye on the LeBron James news. If LeBron's out, Cam Reddish over 10.5 points. As of right now, I'm not taking it, but if LeBron's out, Cam Reddish over 10.5 points. I'm rocking with it. I like it. Portland sucks. They're not any good defensively. Cam Reddish played in Portland last season. He just smoked them without LeBron James for 18 points. He only needs 11 to hit the over. That'll get bumped. He will not be at 10.5 if LeBron is ruled out. Just FYI. So you got to be quick. As soon as that LeBron news hits, you got to spring into action and take the over on Reddish at 10.5. But yeah, I like that. I just don't like it right this second. I like it for later. That one can simmer on the back of the stove. We'll let that simmer and stew. Giannis 7.5 free throw makes. Everyday Fantasy says, take the Greek Freak for less than 7.5 free throw makes. Are we expecting Giannis to play tonight? As of now, still listed as questionable with injury management as his injury designation. He didn't play in the last game, but maybe tonight he gives it a go. I'm expecting he comes back. I don't think it's a situation where he's going to miss 2 games in a row, but you never know. But he's questionable as of right now. I would feel better about it if we could wait on Giannis's news. If he's ruled in, then maybe we take this if it checks out, pending it checks out. If you want to take the under on Giannis at 7.5 free throws made, is that right? All right, let's look at this one real quick. We'll go to PropStat Cash real quick and dig in there and just kind of see how many times this season that he's actually covered this number. So we're looking at the 2023 season view, all the games this season right here in front of your face. PropStat Cash, making it easy. 10 games in total. We scroll down to the free throw category. Free throw makes. He's averaging 6.9 free throw makes on the season. You said his line is at 7.5, right? 7.5 is his line. He's actually gone under in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games out of 10. So he's got a 60% hit rate going under 7.5 free throw makes. 60%. Decent hit rate. Not bad. Now tonight he's going up against the Hornets. I think I got some free throw make information here. Let me look at something real quick. I think I got a little something. I like to dig in a little deeper on these stats at times. Let's look at this. I'm gonna just pull this in real quick. All right, so these are your team stats. These are how many free throw makes per game that opposing teams are allowing, are giving up to other teams. And if you look right here, the Charlotte Hornets rank 3rd. They're giving up the 3rd most free throw makes per game to opposing teams. Now you want to go under on Giannis at 7.5, but the Hornets are foul prone. They're known to foul. Over 20 free throw makes per game allowed by the Charlotte Hornets to opposing teams. Obviously, Giannis, high usage guy, he's going to have the ball in his hands. It's going to be a big piece of the puzzle tonight for the Milwaukee Bucks on the offensive end, as he always is. So you might be living a little dangerously, taking a Giannis under 7.5 free throw make against a team that's giving up the 3rd most free throw makes per game. Okay, just want to point that out. Something to think about, something to gnaw on while you're making your decisions. Let's take a look at some projections because I do have those for Giannis and free throws. See what the models are saying about Antetokounmpo. 5.5 projected free throw makes on a line of 7.5. That puts him under by 2 whole free throw makes. 2 whole free throw makes puts him under by. Line Star, I believe they do have free throw make projections most of the time. Let's go see what they got cooking. They've got him at 9 free throw makes. So they have him going over 7.5 free throw makes on Line Star. Y'all see that? 9 free throw make projection. Let's also check out Number Fire. And again, we're still waiting on Giannis news. We're not ready to, or at least I'm not ready to jump on anything. He's questionable. His free throw make projection on Number Fire is at 7.6. His line is 7.5. So technically speaking, this is just a little bit of a higher projection, a little bit of an over. Everyday Fantasy. I got to give Giannis. I got to give him his marching orders. He's got to go. He's got to go. I'm kicking him out. I'm just not seeing. I'm not compelled. I'm not convinced enough by what I'm seeing on him. What else we got here? Ripo. We're looking for a 6th pick, by the way. We've already got 5 loaded. Those of y'all just getting here, those who joined late, LaMelo under 9.5 dimes. KCP over 11.5 points and assists. We got DeAndre Ayton over 22.5 points and rebounds. We got Clint Capela over 17.5 points, rebounds, and assists. But we also like Clint Capela for over 16.5 points and rebounds. You just can't get that or find it on PrizePicks. And then we've got Nikola Jokic over 9.5 defensive rebounds against New Orleans. So we're looking for one more pick. We don't want that pick to tie or push. We don't want our 6 to become a 5. We don't like that. So we're looking for something that won't push or tie. Here's Jordan Poole at 2.5 rebounds. Is that Derek White or is that Kobe White? And are we going over or under? Who is that? Who is that? JP, Jordan Poole at 2.5 boards. He's going up against the Knicks tonight. 3 straight games, he's collected 4 or more rebounds. Okay? If you're liking that one. Let's look at that one first and foremost. Poole rebounds. Poole rebounds is not up here. Let me do this. I don't know why it does that sometimes. Let me get rid of the player fantasy score. There we go. Poole rebounds. There we go. 2.5 rebounds, 51.4% chance that he goes over 2.5 boards. So Poole is a plus EV play. We can move forward knowing that. Is it the most plus EV play? Nah, it's 51 point whatever percent. But it is, technically it is. Here's what's concerning a little bit about Poole. Let me refresh this. Here's what's concerning about Poole. Well, there's a lot to be concerned with Jordan Poole. You're seeing some of these sports books where there's actually minus odds on the under at 2.5. That's never a good sign. That's not what you're looking for. When you're comparing like sports book odds versus like PrizePicks, you don't want to see minus odds under 2.5 rebounds in this case. You don't want to see that. You want those to be plus, not minus. Minus is not good for the under, especially when you're thinking about taking the over. So I just want to point that out. He's projected for 2.6 rebounds though. Let's see where he's at on RotoWire. RotoWire's got Poole at 3.75. He's going to have to battle against the likes of Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, his own teammate, Daniel Gafford, Kyle Kuzma. There's going to be a lot of big bodies out there tonight snatching up some boards. So something to consider. Next projection for Jordan Poole, we're looking for projections of 2.5 or more since we're thinking about taking more. Here's a projection for 3 rebounds on Jordan Poole. So we're 3 for 3 so far on Poole projected rebounds. They're all over. And here's a 4th one. Jordan Poole at 3.1 boards. He could stay. That could be the final link. The 6th pick. What do y'all say about it? Jordan Poole's going to find 3 or more boards tonight after going 5, 4, and 5 in his last 3 games. Is he going to do it? Is he doing it? Let me know. White. Which white are we looking for? We're looking at which white is this? Did you ever say Derek White? Derek White. Gotcha. There's better picks. That Warzone kid thinks that there's better picks. Hey, there's always an option for fading a pick. If we don't love it, we don't have to take it. 169 watching, 129 liking. Love it, but let's see if we can get a couple more likes out of you guys. I'm going into overtime. I mean, it's 2:21 p.m. We've been at this for 2 hours, guys. My ass is, I don't have an ass anymore. It's flat. It's flatter than a pancake. I haven't had lunch yet. It's starting to get real serious. We're in overtime. We're in overtime right now. I'm going above and beyond for you savages. I mean, you guys are lovely people, and I mean savages is an endearing term, of course. Let's look at Derek White, 16.5 points and assists. Coming off of a monster game, 32 PA against Philly. Aren't we waiting on Boston Celtics news, though? Aren't we? We are, right? We can't, in full confidence, take an over on Derek White if Jaylen Brown gets ruled in. And if Kristaps Porzingis gets ruled in. We can't do that. Right? We got to wait. We can't take an over on White just to regret it. once Brown and Porzingis get ruled in, can we? I don't think we can. I think as soon as Brown and Porzingis get ruled in, White's lines are going to become unders. And they're going to drop. We got to fade that one, brother. We got to take the wait and see approach, Ripo. We can't mess with Derek White overs right now. Don't do it. Hopefully you haven't done it, but don't do it if you haven't done it. We got to wait. Yeah, flatter than Pool's projections. That sounds about right, buddy. Kevin Huerter's back on the board. A lot of people were on Kevin Huerter. The one that we, I think, looked at the most, what was that one? The 3-point attempts for Kevin Huerter? Did they put those back up on the board? Why did they take Huerter down to begin with? That was weird, right? Weird move. No, they didn't put his 3-point attempts up at 7. No, they certainly did not. Of course not. You can never have nice things on PrizePicks, man. They're always manipulating and rigging the damn board against us. No, can't do it. Yeah, there was no Huerter 3-point attempts on there. Damn, that sucks. Yep, Dave says, yep. Dave confirmed. Sorry, Dave, missed that. We still got Blaine's mega super ultra chat that we got to look at. Yeah, I'm going to skip over Derek White, Ripo, though. Can't take Derek White right now. Got to wait, man. Got to wait for the Brown and the Porzingis news. We're waiting on that. D2 Real TV subbed to the channel today. Hey, I appreciate that, D2 Real TV. You a goat, bruh. You a goat. Blaine. All right. Blaine's got a lot, man. Blaine's got a lot here. He's got Embiid under points and assists. He's got SoCan on the less for the assists. He's got Fox for the less on the rebounds. He's got Cade Cunningham for less on the assists. He's got Scotty Barnes for more on the assists and Siakam for more on the rebounds. This brother got his money's worth. That's like $1 per pick. All right. Let me sit up for this one. Let me sit up a little straighter here. This is a doozy. We got a doozy. All right. Let's run all these through the optimizer. That's going to be the first way to kind of go about tackling things, right? I mean, we're looking for one pick. One pick. We've just got slapped upside the head with 6 more options. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more options. 6 more options, it looks like. Blaine coming through with 6 more options. So let's look at Embiid. Embiid points under. The under is the way to go. I mean, it is the plus EV option. So 51.5% chance that he stays under 32.5 points. So yeah, you could. We're going to lightning round this. Motherfucker. We're going to lightning round this. Motherfucker. Embiid projected for 33.5. Y'all hold on to your seats. Projected for 31.6, so that's 1 over 1 under. Again, the juice is loose on the under here. He's projected for 37 points. All right, that's a fade for me. We're fading Embiid under points. Oh, you said points and assists. Damn. All right, let's try that again. So his points and assists are at 37.5. Is that right? 37.5 on PrizePicks. Yeah, they are. 37.5 on PrizePicks. You're wanting to take the under, but the EV is on the over. So the EV moves on the over at 37.5. So he's projected for 38.9 points and assists. On RotoWire, 36.5. So that RotoWire likes your under. LineStar doesn't like your under. They've got him projected to go over 38.5 points and assists. 44 projected points and assists. And then last but not least, Number Fire. They've got him at 29.7 points plus 5 assists, putting him at 34.7. So Number Fire likes your under as well. All right, but it's a fade for me because there's just too much conflicting info, and I'm not going there. So that one's off. That one's not an option for me. Some sites he's projected over on his points and assists. You're wanting to take the under. The optimizer says take the over. So for that reason, I'm out. Jeremy Sokan, less on his assists. Let's look at that one. Less on the assists for Sokan. It's about a 50-50. It's not a super strong plus EV play. 49.2 for the over. 50.8% for the under on 5. You're wanting to take the under. Keldon Johnson's supposed to be playing tonight. I think outside of Keldon Johnson, that was the only... Yeah, double checking. The only Spurs news was Keldon Johnson. He's expected to play. So I'm imagining the lines makers are factoring that in, that Keldon's going to be playing tonight. But yeah, 50.8% chance that he goes under 5 assists. Let's look at this. He's projected for 6. So if you're wanting to go under, this projection is not what you want to see. Second projection for him, 3.66. So RotoWire, once again, liking your under. Is Line Star liking your under? They are. They've got him at 4.7. And then Number Fire's got him at 3.7. So it looks like a majority of the sites where we can pull a projection for Sokan's assists, a majority has him going under. Your next one, Fox. Fox under rebounds. Well, again, this is not a plus EV play for you to go under on his rebounds. At 4 rebounds, it's actually suggested that we go over at 4. 51.6% chance. And the reason that is because if you look at where his rebounds are at 3.5 on these sports books, I mean, minus 174 to go over 3.5 boards, minus 190 to go over 3.5 boards, minus 190 here to go over 3.5 boards. So it's almost, I don't want to say lock, but it's almost a certainty that Fox is going to find at least 4 rebounds today. So taking the less here doesn't make a lot of sense. So here's a 4.2 projection for you. He could tie, he could push. Do I have anything for him on RotoWire? RotoWire, there we go. RotoWire's got him at 4.98 rebounds. So again, if you're thinking about taking the under, think twice. Line Star says he's going to have about 3.5 rebounds. So that does put him under 4. And then RotoWire's got him at, Number Fire's got him at 4.7. So a lot of these projections are on the over. So yeah, Blaine put his whole slip in there. Damn near. I'm not rocking with Fox on the rebounds. Cade Cunningham, less on the assists. Barnes, more on the assists. And Siakam, more on the rebounds. Okay. So we're halfway through Blaine's super chat. Thank you, Blaine, for the super chat, by the way. Cade at 6 assists, 52.9% chance that he goes over 6. So if you're thinking about taking the under on Cade Cunningham, don't do it on PrizePicks. Do it somewhere else where you'll get rewarded for taking the risk. Again, PrizePicks, fixed payout format. You're not getting bonus points, brownie points, or anything of that nature for going against the juice. So don't take it on PrizePicks. But for all intents and purposes, I will definitely provide some projections where I can. Cade's at 6.7. Again, you're wanting to take the under, but this is not a favorable projection for an under. 5.4. 7.2. That's a big one. 6.5. So yeah, stay away from Cade. Scotty Barnes was your next one for assists. Trying to buzz through these as quickly as I can. Scotty Barnes is at 5 assists. The under looking like the optimal way to go. You're wanting to take the over on Scotty Barnes. Blaine, Blaine, where are you getting these from? Are you getting Barnes at 4.5 assists somewhere? Maybe that's why you're wanting to take the over. We got to get you on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, Blaine. We got to get you on this Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer tool. If you want to try it out, Blaine, and anybody else listening, go down to the description of today's video. Give it a shot for a month. Use my special link. Use code Curry. And save yourself some time. Play the plus EV picks that the optimizer's spitting at you. So a lot of your picks, Blaine, I'm not calling you out. I'm just saying a lot of your picks are actually not plus EV picks, are not advised to be played on PrizePicks. We got to get you on the optimizer, brother. That'll at least get you started in the right direction. But yeah, you're wanting to take the over on Scotty Barnes on his assists. The more optimal move is to take the under right now. The more optimal move is to take the under. He's at 5.5. 5.5. 4.5 on RotoWire. You're kind of getting projections all over the place with a lot of these picks. 4.5 here on Line Star, so they got him going under. And then you've got him at 5.5. So you're seeing this with a lot of the picks that you're on, Blaine, a lot of like mixed projections and stuff. You could take them. You could take them, but probably not my favorite. A lot of these are not looking savory, not looking good to me. Let's see if we've got something here with Siakam's rebounds. Siakam's rebounds. But yeah, investing in a nice little toolkit like the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, some nice projection tools will help you, go a long way, Blaine. But so far, I don't think I would play this 6-pick entry that you've presented. I don't think I would play it. Siakam's at 7 boards. Now, you're wanting to go over on his rebounds. 50.4% chance. Again, this is not a strong plus EV play. You're seeing him at 6.5 boards on these sports books. At 6.5 boards, minus 160 odds to go over, minus 165 to go over. You're also seeing him at 7.5 on other sites. And at 7.5, you're getting plus odds there. So that's why PrizePicks is kind of split the difference. He's at 6.5 on some sites, 7.5 on others. So, 7 boards is right in the middle. Let's run the numbers, though, on Siakam. 7.7 rebounds. So you're wanting to take the over, not bad, 7.7 boards. If you're thinking about taking the over. 8.2 projected rebounds against the Celtics tonight on a line of 7. Siakam's rebounds on Line Star are also very healthy. 8.4 projected rebounds for Siakam there. This might be my favorite pick so far, Blaine. I think we've actually found one that you could roll out tonight with a little confidence. 7.4 projected rebounds, and this is RotoWire. Or Number Fire. So yeah, out of all of them, I guess I would like Siakam over 7 rebounds the most. But truth be told, the fact that he could potentially push, you're seeing his line at 6.5 some places, 7.5 on others, meaning 7 is a real possibility. I'm going to leave him out of the 6-pick. I'm leaving him out. All right, there's your super chat. I broke it down for you as best as I could. Six picks was, that was a lot. It was a lot to get through. We got through it, though, together. Caesar, you little guy. 20 more props for me to search. You are funny. I appreciate the super chat and the humor, Caesar. Really, truly. Cancel the 6-pick. Well, I haven't locked it I haven't locked the 6th pick in yet. The Bucks are gone. Well, that's cool. I mean, the 1, 2, 3, 4, the 6 that we have in here are still Gucci. Gucci Gooch. We looked at Huerter earlier for 3-point attempts, but they didn't give us that one. I mean, was there anything else for Huerter that you guys were liking? I don't think so. Giannis is ruled in. I guess that was the Bucks news. Appreciate the sub. Thank you, Vaughn. We're up to 10,941 subscribers. Guys, we're on our way to 11,000. If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button. You guys see what I do for you. I go into overtime, overdrive for you guys. Deep, super deep. Yeah, get subscribed if you're not yet as we march toward 11,000. Share this stream with a friend. Share the channel with a friend. Appreciate all the support. Per usual. Yeah, the live's still going. Can you believe it, James? That's Space Jam. That's our guy, Space Jam. The live's still going. Bilal Koulibaly, over 11.5 points and rebounds. Now, there is a name that I have not clicked on yet this NBA season. Bilal Koulibaly. He is the rookie for the Washington Wizards, and he's got some green. He's got some green in his name here. Had 12 PR against Charlotte, 27 against Brooklyn, 17 against Toronto, 18 against Dallas. So Koulibaly lightening up in the points and rebounds department. Probably a tougher matchup tonight than he's had in previous games, going up against the New York Knicks. Let's look at this exciting young prospect of the Washington Wizards. Let's see if his projections are looking better for the more or the less. Bilal Koulibaly, 14.4. Wow. Well, that's a hell of a start right there. That's a great, strong first projection. On a line of 11.5, he's projected for 14.4. Maybe he replaces Jordan Poole. He just might. Second projection for Koulibaly, 11.5 is the line. 15.7 is the projection. Feasting tonight. They got him feasting tonight on these points and rebounds. A third projection, 13.8 points and rebounds. I might trust this young fella more than I trust Jordan Poole at this point. I just might. And then Number Fire's got him at 9.8 points plus another 4.5 boards. 14-3. Yeah. Let's do it, man. Can we take him and kick Poole out? Is there anybody that doesn't agree with that? Is there anyone that objects to us kicking Jordan Poole out for Koulibaly? I mean, Koulibaly's like off the chain. Oh, snap. Chris, no, I saw the for your lunch part, and then my mind went blank because I was like, lunch. What's that like? What's lunch like? Okay, we'll get back to that. Kuzma points or Brunson points. All right. But Koulibaly, man, can we just like vote to kick Poole out? Can we get Poole out and go with Bilal instead? I mean, because when he does hit, he doesn't just hit, he smashes 27, 17, and 18 in his last 3 games. Projecting off the charts, too. All right. See you later, Poole. All right. Anybody else that you guys want to get rid of? We got LaMelo under 9.5 assists against Milwaukee. Giannis is in. KCP, we kind of said maybe he's a projection darling. KCP over 11.5, but KCP sometimes does have the tendency of going ghost on us. KCP does tend to go ghost on us. I know Ayton's a little sus, but hey, he is projecting to go ham sandwich tonight. And as we mentioned before, he doesn't really have 2 stinkers in a row. Ayton's been the ultimate bounce back game guy. So this would be a bounce back game. Capella, 16.5 PR if you can get it. If not, 17.5 PRA. Capella. Contavious said, the guy who shares my first name, Contavious Caldwell Pope, has sold me too much in the past. I feel that, bro. Joe Burrow's done for the season? Damn. That's not good. What do you do, break his hand? That Warzone kid subscribed to the channel. Hey, salute, man. I'm a Warzone guy myself. Ouch. Joe Burrow on the shelf for the season. All right. But yeah, I mean, I don't see anybody else who's saying like that we should kick or get rid of. So let's just do it. We've been waiting. I think we waited long enough. Like KCP could go, I guess, if we were looking to get rid of somebody. Maybe KCP. He can be hot or cold, hit or miss. We talked about KCP's fantasy score potentially. Harrison Barnes for a turnover. Blaine said, I try to use betting pros. Betting pros can be good. Harrison Barnes for a turnover. I like Bilal. Let's go back to Chris Raptor. Chris Raptor had both Kuzma over points or Brunson over points. Kuzma or Brunson over points. Was Kuzma at 21.5 or am I tripping? Has he been at 22.5 since this line opened, since it was posted on PrizePicks? Brunson's been a little stinker lately, but I think Brunson's got a good matchup tonight. Let me look. Washington. Ooh, Washington against point guards. Actually, low-key kind of good. 22.1 points per game. That puts them down toward the bottom, meaning tough matchup potentially for Brunson. And we're waiting on RJ Barrett news, so I'm hesitant to take any Brunson just yet. I'm going to wait on Brunson. I'll wait on him. RJ Barrett would have some impact on Brunson. Brunson, as of right now, though, without RJ Barrett, 27. $23.98, so we'll call that 24. 22.6, yikes. Yeah, I'm going to chill on Brunson. Let's look at Kuzi. He's at 22.5. Kuzma versus Knicks is always a lot of points. You're trusting Melo under. Him and Trae sketches me out. Yeah, bumped. So Kuzma was at 21.5, right? Lee. I know Ayton sold in the last game, but we looked at it, and Ayton usually bounces back. We haven't seen Ayton have two shitters in a row. We have not seen Ayton have two bad games in a row, so that's why we're back on Ayton tonight versus the Lakers. So, yeah, I don't like the fact that Kuzma got bumped, but if you're getting him at 21.5, then cool. But at 22.5, not so cool. He's at 18.4 projected points on RotoWire. Ouch. That's a far cry from 23 that you would need if you're taking the over at 22.5. He's projected for 23.1 on Line Star. And Kuzma's at 23.9 on Number Fire. All right. Harrison Barnes for a turnover. Y'all know how I feel about these turnovers, these blocks and steals, these free throw makes, these weird ones. I don't love them. Typically. But Harrison Barnes for a turnover, actually a 51% chance that he does not turn it over tonight. A 51% chance that he goes under 0.5 turnovers. Chris. Let me see. Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes projected for 1 turnover on RotoWire. He is projected for 0.6 turnovers on LineStar. And 1 turnover on NumberFire against the Spurs tonight. So, EV play, no. Projected well, yeah. Mostly well. Damn, Bradley Beal's off or out for 3 weeks. Golly. Matthew, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Yeah, 0.5 props are just like Nerfies in MLB. Yeah, pretty much. Let's take one last glimpse at the optimizer before we lock in our 6 pick, because we have not hit submit yet on this thing. But these are the beasts. These are the 6 beasts we have in here so far. And you know, I just thought of something. We should probably wait on LaMelo Ball. Shit. Because Gordon Hayward and Brandon Miller are questionable tonight. We should probably wait on LaMelo Ball, truth be told. All things considered, we should probably wait on LaMelo Ball. Now that I think about it, we should probably chill on him until we get some Charlotte news. All right, we're kicking LaMelo out. Executive decision. So we still need another pick. We in this for the long haul, baby. Trying to put together the most surgical 6 pick we can. Jaylen Johnson. Here's a guy we haven't mentioned today. Jaylen Johnson at 11.5 points. Jaylen's definitely gotten some buckets in previous games. He's definitely been a bucket getter, a coin respecter at certain points in the season. Does he have 12 points in him tonight, though? Let's look. Jaylen Johnson. According to Fantasy Labs, he's got 12.7 points in him tonight, as a matter of fact. Close to 13 points in him. 11 on RotoWire, though. Boo. Not what we wanted. 13.8 over here on LineStar. We like that. We do like that. And then 12.1 points, that is a NumberFire projection. So 3-1. 3 sites having him going over 11.5. 1 site that's got him going under. Jaylen's your power forward for Atlanta, right? He's your PF. Philly giving up okay. Hey, look at Philly. They're giving up 25.9 points per game to power forwards. 6th most points per game to the position. Interesting. Jaylen Johnson over 11.5 points against a Philly squad giving up the 6th most points per game to opposing power forwards. Matchup wise, it's there. It's there. It's there. Matchup wise, it's there. 3 out of 4 projections agree. Jaylen's going to go over 11.5 points. You know what? I might have found my final pick. I might have just done it, guys. We might have just done that. Let me just look at something real quick on JJ. Okay. Hey, JJ. I see you, JJ. Y'all, look at this. 8 of 11. 73% hit rate. 8 of 11. Y'all want consistency? You got it. Y'all want consistency? You got it right here. Consistency in spades. 14.7 points per game, 73% hit rate, 8 of 11. Jaylen Johnson over points. Welcome to Team Curry, Jaylen. Welcome to the squad, Jaylen. That's it, baby. We're locking in. We're locking in. KCP over 11.5 points and assists. Ayton over 22.5 points and rebounds. Capella over 17.5 points, rebounds, and assists. 9.5 defensive rebounds. Jokic for more. And Koulibaly over 11.5 points and rebounds. And then we got Jaylen Johnson over 11.5 points. I took Ball out. Ball's gone. Capella and JJ together? Yeah. I hear you on that. Capella and JJ together. I understand the concerns. I do hear you on that. Let me look. Look, he's about to get bumped, y'all. We got to lock. We've got to lock Jaylen, and he's about to get bumped. 54.1% chance at this point. LaMelo is still up there at almost a 54% to go under 9.5. We got to lock, man. We just got to lock. We got to lock in, lock and load. He's about to get bumped. We ride. He's going to get bumped. Jaylen Johnson's going to get bumped any minute, promise. KCP's my top candidate for salesman of the day. KCP is my top candidate for salesman of the day. I'm just putting it out there. If anyone is our Judas, it's KCP. He gives me bad vibes. That is my number one candidate for salesman of the day. It would be KCP. I already feel it. Anyway, DeAndre Ayton over PR. We like that. Projecting super solid. Capella over 17.5 PRA. Just projecting really off the charts. Jokic is Jokic. He's going to do what he does. Koulibaly, super solid pick. Everyday Fantasy came through with that one. And then Jaylen Johnson, a late addition, but a good one. A late one, but a good one. KCP has got salesman of the night written all over him. I don't know why. Listen, it's just intuition at this point. There's nothing that supports that. Yes, we looked at the projections and he was projecting quite well. He was. But I feel KCP's bad energy already for some reason. I hope he proves me wrong. Let me just look at it one more time. Yeah, oh, yeah. Damn it. As far as EV plays go, KCP's not, he's not your most plus EV option tonight. I'm riding with Chris Raptor on this, though. Fuck it. Excuse me. For those offended by the F word. I'm riding with Chris Raptor. Chris Raptor, me and you, we're riding. Plus EV, minus EV, neutral EV, it's in there. I could cancel it. I ain't going to do it, though. What you don't do is refund on PrizePicks. That's what I've learned. You don't refund no matter what. We're in. This is not changing, I promise you. We're not changing this. In fact, let's wait for the timer to go down. Doggone it. Let's just stare at it. Look, you want to pray over it? Do you guys want to pray over it? I'll lead the congregation in prayer over this. Let's do it, man. Everybody bow your heads. Listen, we've spent 2+ hours putting together, crafting what we hope to be a 6 out of 6. Lord, please do what you can. Give us divine intervention. All right? Give us favor tonight over this 6 pick. Let it go 6 for 6. Let our money multiply. Let this $20 turn into $500, just like you turned water to wine, Lord. I believe you can do it. I believe it will be done. And if you believe and you're still watching, leave an amen in the live chat. All together, folks. Amen. Amen. 1 minute to go. All right. We're not changing this, though. We just prayed over it. And you know what? It's in God's hands. And that's all we can do. KCP especially needs our prayers tonight. Davis Caldwell-Pope, out of everyone in here, I just feel strongly we really need to pray over that brother. We really need to pray over him. KCP, please don't be the one, man. We had to pray over it. Moneyball Jay, it had to happen, brother. We had to pray over this, especially Contavious Caldwell-Pope being in there. Look at him. I mean, he's at the top of the heap here. He's standing tall at the top of the pile. We had to pray for Contavious Caldwell-Pope. I'm not changing this. 10 seconds to go, folks. It's in there. Look, hands off, baby. Hands off. I ain't touching nothing. Y'all see the clock. It's going down. There it is. There ain't no canceling now. There's no turning back. There's no making amendments. There's no editing this. It is in. It will stay in. Gang, thank you so much for joining me. Good luck tonight. If you're in Dub Club, more picks coming. If you're not in Dub Club, I've left a link for you in the live chat. We'll catch you next time. Peace.